Wham.
I must close the windows of this area. It is the only way for my window to open.
Your skinny ass can never be a true big.
I am French. I have heard worse.
Bring your escargot ass on.
Is slashing two goals? Is this 2006? Don't you know? I can play outside. Home. Inside.
Welterweight.
You should know, Luca. Everything is bigger in Texas. Eternal wingspan.
To the three.
Victor just stepping out. That's from the hash mark.
Waters driving and Wemby swats it. Wembanyama spinning against Draymond. Barnes slips through, scores it.
Peace and blessings, y'all. Welcome to the GOAT James Kingdom Show with B. Lee and A. Johnny. Y'all know we go live every Sunday noon to talk the GOAT of basketball, LeBron James, and to talk about basketball forever, because here in GOAT James Kingdom, basketball lives forever. Y'all know what to do, though. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that ring notification so they'll let you know when we drop new content and when we go live every Sunday like we're doing right now. And also check out the GOAT James Kingdom membership, because we got great perks and special shows coming up for you guys as well. Thank you for joining us as well on another great Sunday afternoon. As you know, we got our normal panelists here. We got Craig King in the building. What up, Craig?
Yo, what's good?
What's happening? What's happening? Obviously, T Perfect is in the building representing like usual. What up, T?
So, guys.
All right, and we're gonna have King John here as usual. He'll be up here shortly, but you know who I am. I'm A. Johnny, the Exposer. I got my partner B. Lee, the sports analyst. We are the GOAT James Kingdom platform. What up, B. Lee? What's good, brother?
What's good? What's good, everybody?
All right, you got everything good on your side, Brandon?
I'm still work on it, but I'm cool now.
All right. So we see everybody here that's in the comments already. Shout out to everybody that supports us here. You know, we're also going live on our Facebook group. We're also going live on our IG account. So shout out to everybody who supports us on those platforms as well. Because again, ladies and gentlemen, this is where basketball lives. We talk the game of basketball like none other. We are the GOAT James Kingdom platform. And we have another great show for you today, as we will be discussing what makes you watch today's NBA. Is today's NBA players still popular? What's the most attractive players in today's NBA? So we still gonna have some fun talking about that. So Brandon, what we got for these folks today?
We always hear about all of the, Steph, LeBron. Literally, that's most what everyone talks about. And, I guess the show is, who do everybody really look forward to watching today? Is it, the older players still, KD, LeBron, Steph? We know those three were the leader on the USA team that won the gold. But, we do have a lot of new players, Wemby, Ant-Man, Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Luka. We do have a lot of younger players that should be taking over the league, which, they are in reality. But what do y'all basically sit down and prefer to watch, the older players or the newer players? We can go ahead and kick it off with you, Travis.
I really don't have like a specific player that I hone in on. Like, I enjoy seeing them. It's more like I want to see like the best teams. Like, what the best teams are, I want to see like what they're doing. Like the Suns. Like, I love KD. Sure, I think he's the best scorer, but like I want to see like what they're doing as a team, like the success, like how they're developing. Like if they're finally getting over the hump. Like the thing for me is like I like to see like what held them back the year before or like in subsequent years, and like what they've done to like overcome that or grow and build. Obviously, you can compare players and players. Like I think people are sleeping on Giannis this year. He's a monster as he is almost every year. And he's my overall favorite player. But it's really just to me following the developing teams, things like that. Like I've been following the Pacers, and I want to see how the Nuggets, some stuff like that. But it's hard for me to hone in on a specific player and be like, I'm just walking on you for the season.
Who is the main player you prefer to follow?
I mean, if I had to say, probably Giannis or Jokic. I mean, I just think that they're two generational talents, and they're the two players who have, I think, a chance of getting into that rarefied top 15, top 10 bracket eventually. Just when all things are said and done. So I'd probably say those two guys.
Okay, what about you, Craig?
I prefer the older players. I mean, and the thing about it is, like the older players, all right, you know them, you only know them how they play because you watch them for years. The newer players, you don't know them well, but you know what they're going to do. They all do literally the same thing. Whereas like someone like LeBron and Steph and KD, they set apart from the rest of the new star players. And man, hopefully I just want to watch a game where at least somebody's playing that's a superstar on the team at this point, because there's so many injuries going on.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, Kevin Durant is already out for the last, week and a half almost. But then again, he's always hurt. But yeah, I understand like a lot of the younger, I know Philly had Maxey out for a while. He's like 24. He was out for like a week and a half. So it's a lot of injuries. Yeah, there's a lot of injuries still.
Games like that no more. It's not because of this game style. It's because these players is too accessible. You got their streams. You got Twitch. You can literally watch it for 24 hours. So why would they want to sit and watch them play most of the time?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, that's true.
On live doing something, whether playing a game or just chatting with people. They too accessible.
That's true. Like Craig, just think about in like the 90s, how you could only watch your like main home team. Like, how did you even follow up on like other players? For me, it was always, what was that show that used to come on? What's that show that used to come on the weekend? It wasn't Inside NBA. Inside NBA? That's what it was called?
With Ahmad Rashad.
Yeah. Now we have access to
NBA
YouTube.
Inside. That's what it was. NBA Inside Stuff. That's what it's called. NBA Inside
NBA Inside Stuff. Okay, yeah. Yes. And
a VCHS tape. I used to tape them every week, and then I compiled the list when they used to have the greatest dunks of the week. So I just had a tape full of the greatest dunks, all the awards they was giving out that week. Can't find it though.
Yeah, that's true. Things are very accessible after the game. You don't even have to watch the game, but you could have a highlight of a whole game in 5 minutes.
Literally, they have a highlight on YouTube after the quarter. They have first quarter highlights, second quarter highlights, third quarter highlights, 30 seconds after the quarter end.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe, that's a reason why.
So it's not the game. It's just other things taking people. It's other things taking their attention away. That's all.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What about you, Adrian? What you think?
Oh man, there's a slew of players I like to watch. Obviously besides my Miami Heat, in particular, I was looking forward to watching Banchero play this year. Banchero, however you say his name, but he's obviously injured. But like Wemby, I was interested in watching Wemby play. I watched a few of Wemby games. I like watching, players like Jalen Green, Cade Cunningham. All these players I have interest in watching them play. And then I was interested in watching the Warriors play. Obviously, I'm still interested in watching what the Warriors do with Stephen Curry. And obviously, I watched LeBron play. But I'm interested in both. To me, I like the fact that, you know, as much as, you know, you guys like Stephen Curry, he can still play. He still affects the game. He has his moments. But man, there's just a lot of good talent in today's NBA. You know what I'm saying? Anthony Edwards, John Morant. Like, there's just so many guys I look forward to watching play. You know, Luka Doncic, Jaylen Brown. Like, there's just so many players we can list the name without a doubt. You know what I'm saying? That are just, like, the NBA is on fire. Like, that's people don't understand, man. With that, like, the NBA has so much talent night to night, man. It's just so much to watch. There's a lot to watch, and there's a lot more people who have the league pass.
Like I said, it's too accessible. You always put it away. I can watch it tomorrow. I can watch the highlights. I'm not gonna watch the live game. I can watch the highlights. Why watch the
That's true. I do that. I do that.
You get the same effect of watching the whole game for 20 minutes.
Yeah, no, I do that because I got the league pass. So whatever game I didn't get a chance to watch yesterday, I just put it on the next day while I'm in the house doing whatever I'm doing, and the game will be on. Like I said, in the background, I'm watching the game. So I definitely do it that way. But I like watching the game. There's a lot.
20 minutes, let alone 2 hours.
I watch it. No, granted, I'm not at the screen sitting there 2 hours like watching it, eyes glued to the screen. Like I said, it's playing in the background. I'm doing things, whether it's clean up the house, whether it's duties. You know, I am a family man. And shout out to Patrick Keatley. Yes, we do actually converse with those that are in the chat. So go ahead and be free to hit the like button again, subscribe to the channels, and go ahead and comment. And if you make a good comment, it'll come up. If you make a stupid comment, it might come up. But just go ahead and comment. We here. Again, y'all are safe in the comments when we put the link up. If you want to hit the link, you're more than welcome to join us on the panel. But today's NBA is great. I think the viewership is up because a lot of these teams, whoever has teams, there's a player that you like on your team. There's no way you're not watching your team play. Unless you're Philadelphia.
Well, you know, we know people watch the game though, but which one do you prefer to watch?
No. Outside of LeBron, I'd rather watch the new school guys any day. I don't give a damn about Kevin Durant and Stephen Curry and them. I really don't.
It's the same. I mean, it's the same ball. Like, what are you talking about? Like, it's not different. Like the team, they play within the construct of their team. It's not like they have wildly different games. I mean, Durant, like, he has a lot of the same, you know, back. Like, you watch him and you watch Ant-Man. Like, aside from like their physical characteristics, their games are remarkably similar. They can both post up. Obviously, he's not 7 foot, but they'll both shoot threes at especially this year at a semi-even pace. Obviously, Durant's not the slasher he is, but you know, they're not making the type of plays we've seen like from Donovan Mitchell doing the 360s, guys doing like they're not doing that no more. The other day, Stephen Curry did had a moment where he was like guarded by like 4 guys and he had to pass the ball off and the guy missed it for the shot. But still, at the end of the day, like when you watch the guys that are really out there doing the thing, you know, like somebody just brought up Van Vliet. He was in the referee's face. He called all the referees pussies last night. He said, "You a pussy. You a pussy." He walked up to ref's face and said, "You a pussy." So the NBA has its moments, man. And, you know, we got the in-season tournament. Guys are playing hard. There's a lot of good, like, you know what I'm saying? There's some players out here balling, man. And there's guys making names for themselves, like this kid Castle, Cornette. What's his name? Not Cornette. What's the Lakers guy? DK. He's making a name for himself. People are watching all these young dudes. Yeah, they man, listen. When you got guys like Wemby doing what Wemby's doing, and Ant-Man, and Donovan Mitchell, and Jaylen Brown, and Jason Tatum, and Luka, and look at Joker, because Joker's not old school, right? Joker would be a part of the new school. Look what Joker's doing. Your boy
Joker's
AD.
Been in the league for like 10 years. He's like
10. He's only played like 9 years.
Yeah,
this is like his 10th year.
Yeah, I wouldn't call him new school. He's not young no more.
Would be in today's NBA if he was trained in today's NBA. That's who Jokic reminds me of. A back to the basket, back in the day center who was trained in today's NBA.
So
I need the chat to handle my lightweight for a second. Chat, I'm above all this at this point. 1-3 is asking me very basic Jordan narratives as if I buy into those. Can you please set them straight for me? I just don't have the energy to do that today. Correct him on his flawed thing. Be nice, but correct him, please. Silent.
Shots fired. So we talking about what plays you guys like to watch, because again, I don't know, did y'all watch any of the games last night? Did y'all see the debacle with Anthony Davis and Joker again? Like I always tell y'all, that dude Joker just be punking Anthony Davis.
Well, he punks everyone, man. Like, AD's no different, but like Joker is just too good. Joker controls the game from every level in a way that I don't think we've seen. Just because
they had Russell Westbrook on the team.
Russell was
you
balling.
know,
Russell was balling.
Yeah, it's like having Barkley or Karl Malone guard Shaq in the post. Yeah, Shaq is going to score almost every time on them too. That doesn't make like Anthony Davis is really not a center. That's just what it is. He's just not a center.
Yes, his body's been telling y'all that for years. He can't be banged up.
Where's that narrative when the Lakers are like 8-2 and he's dropping like 30 and 15? He's a center then, right? Not just.
I mean, he's not playing versus really too many centers. There's only a few like big centers in the league that he cannot guard. Like most of the centers today are power forwards that he could guard, but not like Jokic or Embiid. He's not that type of center to guard them. AD's a power forward. He's been a power forward his whole life. He just has to play center, and when he plays versus, the big centers, he's just not big enough for them.
Well, there's very few centers in the league who can actually put it to him like that, though. Well,
I'm just like saying, like those are centers. Like he's a power forward. And just like I said, if Karl Malone was playing today, he could play center today as well, but not versus Embiid and Jokic.
And Wemby, I don't know.
So he's
Wemby too, yeah.
80 games of the season. How the season? Or 84 if you say Embiid and Jokic, right?
Well, that's why they need I mean, I don't know why they don't want Dwight Howard on the team, but they need a center.
But my understanding is that Joker don't play no defense. How come this boy don't never cook Joker? How come he never put Joker in a position where Joker got to play both sides of the floor? He never put Joker in a position. Joker dominates the paint versus the Lakers because Anthony Davis doesn't draw him out of the paint. Anthony Davis doesn't put no threat to Joker at all on the defensive side, which makes it harder for LeBron James to get to the basket. So it's like they basically that completely takes them right out of their game.
Last year, like that's where the bad coaching came in because last year, like the Lakers were doing well because he was cooking Jokic. Like,
I mean, he plays well versus Jokic. What you talking about? It's just.
Initially, most of the game was cooking Jokic badly. Like maybe not stopping him entirely, but he was giving him like.
Yeah, he just can't guard him.
Sure,
Jokic can't guard him either.
The Lakers were having success because they were going through that matchup. They were getting shots they wanted. AD was flourishing. Obviously, he wasn't shutting Joker down, but they were moving way better as a team. And then they just went away from that entirely, and their offense was stymied for the most part. But I think that's a better. Like, yeah, you're right. You have to make Jokic work on both ends. Otherwise, he's just going to be lazily be like, pick you apart. He's going to get his on great shooting. Like he's not going to be winded. You have to make him respond because
and he does exactly what he does. Everything that Anthony Davis doesn't like to do. Anthony Davis does not like to go guard 20, 30 feet from the rim, which is what he has to do against Joker on defense. And he doesn't like to be in the paint with Joker on offense, which Joker lets him shoot. Go ahead and shoot. Go ahead and shoot them shits.
Out on the perimeter is not an issue. It's just when he gets the ball in the post.
No, but that's what I was gonna bring up because the thing about it is with Joker is like, and it's like that with any good passer. You can't give him the court to see. You gotta play ball pressure on somebody who's a good passer. So when you're sitting there letting Joker stand there and look and survey the whole basketball court, you ain't got no ball pressure on him. He's going to kill you. Like it was the same thing. That's what I was going to bring up about yesterday's games because they had two matchups yesterday. They had the Lakers and they had obviously the Warriors playing. Are LeBron James and Stephen Curry still the highest draw as far as for viewers? Because we know last year their games were the highest viewed games last year, no matter what games it was, whether they were playing against each other.
They have the most fans, so that makes sense. They have the most fans. They've been playing the league for so long.
So both of them played last night.
Perimeter, Joker shooting 36% from the three.
I mean, he's doing that the whole year.
Yeah, but the thing is, like
I'm just saying, it's more of a issue when he gets the ball in the post than when he's on the perimeter. If Jokic stayed on the perimeter the whole game, it would be he would do less than what he does. Jokic does both things, but if he only stayed on the perimeter, it'll be easier for Anthony Davis. That's the easiest way he could guard him if he's on the perimeter.
AD's full steam ahead, like when they're doing, but like you can.
Yes, if you watch the games, Jokic destroys Anthony Davis in the post. Apparently you don't. If you watch him, he scores almost 90% in the post.
I'm not talking about Jokic. I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about Jordan.
It's easier for Anthony Davis if he stays on the perimeter.
No, it's not. It's worse for the Lakers. It's not. I don't care what's good for Anthony Davis. I care what's good for the Lakers.
That's what we're talking about.
No, we're talking about how Anthony Davis is a liability for the Lakers versus the Nuggets. Exactly.
About Anthony Davis and Jokic. It's easier if he stays on the perimeter for Anthony Davis. Simple as that.
And that's why they get cooked and beat all the time because Anthony Davis allowed Jokic to do anything.
What are you talking
about? What you mean?
What
is their records?
Because he destroys them in a post. He destroys them in a post. He cannot guard them in a post.
No, that has nothing to do with it. That has nothing to do with it.
That's all to do with it.
No, it has nothing to do with it. That has nothing to do with it. It's as simple as plain. It's as simple as plain is that when the Lakers play against the Denver Nuggets offense runs smoothly because they don't stop Jokic in any facet of the way, and that is Anthony Davis' job.
Because he does more than just stay on the perimeter. He does a lot of things. He just don't stay on the perimeter.
Anthony Davis outside of 15. Exactly. Anthony Davis outside of 15 feet is a liability on offense and on defense. Simple and plain. Simple and plain.
You've been watching, but Anthony Davis is the best defensive player in the league.
Simple and plain.
The best defensive player
no, he's not. No, he's not. No, he's not. No, he's not.
Who's better than Anthony Davis defensively?
Wemby, by far.
Okay, who else? Okay, who else? Come on.
Don't get me started.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you started because you want to talk about
just for this season? You want to talk about just for this season?
I'm talking about in the NBA. I'm talking about in the NBA.
Evan Mobley's been a better defender than Anthony Davis this year as well.
Next.
He has been a better defender than Anthony Davis this year. Yes, he has. 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 I haven't seen Anthony Davis dominate defensively. The Lakers have one of the worst defenses in basketball. I can't give Anthony Davis no credit. He don't hit the Lakers defense are horrible.
He's still probably the best defensive player in the league. Him and if you want to say Wemby, I gotta give it to Wemby.
No, he's not.
Okay, who else? Who else?
No, he's not. No, he's not.
I told you Evan Mobley. Who you think is better?
I named Evan Mobley.
He's not.
I told you Evan Mobley's better than him.
Next. He's not next.
Evan Mobley is. Bam is better than him. We already know that. We know Bam is better than him.
Definitely not better than Anthony Davis. Next.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
He's not. Come on. Next.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Next.
What you mean? I keep naming players. I don't know why you keep defending Anthony Davis.
Player.
I didn't name one player. Joker is better than Anthony Davis defensively. Joker is better than Anthony Davis defensively.
Mobley or Anthony Davis?
Anthony Davis.
Craig.
The guy that made the all-team defense first team.
Okay, all right. Who's better?
Oh, Bam we going off of last year? So we going off of last year? If we going off of last year, he's not better than the Bam. He's not better than Bam. Bam is all defensive first team.
Yeah, okay. Travis, Bam or Anthony Davis? Who's better defensively?
AD, because the amount of
this is don't bring me into this.
No, I'm just saying because Johnny thinks he's right and he's wrong. Okay, Travis, who's better, Bam or Anthony Davis?
Y'all are wrong. Because all three of y'all are wrong doesn't mean I'm wrong. All three of y'all are wrong. How does that mean? Y'all can't prove it. Y'all say that shit for nothing. Y'all don't prove nothing. Why is Anthony Davis? Okay, so say this. You want to do this, Brandon? Why is Anthony Davis the best defender in the league? Explain it.
He has the best combination. He's the best versatile big man in the league besides Wemby. You can put Wemby up there. Anthony Davis could do it all.
Combination of what?
Rebounds, block shots, rebounds, steals. Those three is Wemby and Anthony Davis at the moment.
So you're saying Evan Mobley doesn't do that? Bam Adebayo don't do that. Joker don't do that.
Davis and Wemby, they don't do it.
Giannis don't do that. They don't do it. Do better than Anthony Davis. They do better than Anthony Davis.
They don't do it better than Anthony Davis and Wemby. They do not. Those are the two best.
They're not the two best.
You're wrong. You're wrong, man. You're wrong. It's cool.
I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong.
It's cool to be wrong.
I'm not wrong.
I'm serious. It's cool to be wrong.
I'm not wrong. I watched the Lakers play, and I see Anthony Davis defensively is a liability by far. I keep telling y'all that.
You're the only person who watches the NBA who thinks that. Only person.
I'm not the only person. Other people say it.
Other people say it. Other people say it.
I've heard people say it.
Nobody say it.
I've heard people agree with me on that.
Who do?
I've heard people agree. I've heard people agree with me. I've heard people say that they see what I see in Anthony Davis.
Johnny, your kids do not count.
It's not my kids. Not my kids.
Who agree with you.
I watch the Lakers. First of all, the Lakers never have great defense, and it's because Anthony Davis is a true liability because he doesn't protect the paint like that.
The only reason they have decent defense because of Anthony Davis.
They don't have nothing defensively. They are nothing defensively. Nobody fears the Lakers. Everybody gets their shot versus the Lakers because Anthony Davis is going to sit there and make you run into a pass. Anthony Davis doesn't deflect passes enough to stop a team from scoring and getting open three-pointers. That's why teams kill the Lakers left and right because all Anthony Davis does is sit around the paint and wait for somebody to run into him. That is not going to help them win. That's not going to help them be one of the best defenders.
What have you been watching?
I've been watching the Lakers for 2.5 years now, and I've been seeing the same shit.
I literally don't know what you've been watching.
The same shit with him. It's always the same shit. When he has to go guard 20 feet from the rim and really protect shit, he can't do it. He cannot do it.
Who's he guarding 20 feet away from the rim? Are you talking about when he like get switched on the guard or something? Is that what you're saying?
That happens all the time in basketball. That happens all the time in basketball. No, I'm talking about when NBA players force the big men out to play defense and guard out on the perimeter. They do that all the time.
He does very well when he does that versus smaller players and guards.
He doesn't do well. It doesn't end well for the team. Do you have the numbers to prove that when he goes out there, he shuts it down? No, he doesn't do well in that position. The Lakers don't stop a team when Anthony Davis is in that position. He doesn't like being out there. He doesn't like that. He can't do it.
Who is the best defensive player on the Lakers?
Who's the best defensive player on the Lakers? Sadly, Anthony Davis.
Okay, then. All right. That's all I have to say. So you said
you can say that. Yeah, I'm not going to say that.
Their defense is terrible, but he's the best defensive player on the team. All right.
Yeah, he's hard.
It makes a lot of sense if you don't think about it. I guess. I think that's where you're going at. Yeah, I think that's where you're going.
But they got good perimeter defenders. Rudy's a good perimeter defender. LeBron's a good perimeter defender. They got good perimeter defenders. The problem is that it doesn't matter because when those guys get beat, all Anthony Davis is going to do is deter a shot, not deter a play, not slow it down, not control the pace of the game on the defensive side of the floor. He don't do that. He gets a lot of putbacks. He gets a lot of easy rebounds on offense, which is why you think he rebounds so well. I watch him play. He doesn't like to shoot from the perimeter. That's why the Joker just says go out there. Go ahead and shoot because I know you're not going to do shit over there. And it's the same thing. Why you leave me out here at the top of the key looking and surveying this field, I'm going to get all my guys involved. And you're not going to be able to do shit.
So why is Anthony Davis?
That's what we've always seen from Anthony Davis.
Why is Anthony Davis consistently averaging over 25 points per game if he only gets putbacks?
Because he's a good player. He's a good player. I didn't say he's a bad player. He's a good player. And I told you he has the GOAT.
He has the GOAT. You're trying to say he's like Rudy Gobert or something. He only gets putback. No, Anthony Davis has a repertoire of moves.
A good 7 to 10 points that he gets per game is predicated off the fact that he got the GOAT getting him the ball.
So why is he averaging 30 this year there?
That's what I'm saying.
That's like 22 extra points there.
That's
LeBron
like 22
right extra points there.
That's LeBron right there. And you add a couple of putbacks. That's half his points right there.
So he only get putbacks and layups.
No, I didn't say only. I didn't say only. I said that was half his points. He got 7 to 10 points with LeBron, 2 putbacks. What's that? That's 11 to 14 points out of his 30. We'll see if he averaged 30 by the end of the season. We'll see from Anthony Davis. He's
gonna be over 25 like he always does.
We'll see that shit. We'll see. Again, I got no issues with Anthony Davis.
We've seen it for years.
Exactly. And we see the results. The Lakers were better defensive. The Lakers were better defensively when they had Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee. They're never going to be defensive. They're never going to have that defensive presence. They're never going to have that defensive presence with Anthony Davis. Never.
Because he's the only big man on the floor.
Because he's not that good of a big man defensively, and you're giving him too much praise for it. That's why.
On the floor. That's why.
That's why. He's not that on the floor. He's not that great of a defender. He's not that great of a defender.
But he's easily top 3 in the league every single year. Every single year. He's not a good defender, but he's easily top 3
in what? Top 3 in what? Missing games? What you mean? He just had one good year last year. After the 3 years before that, Anthony Davis wasn't doing shit. What the fuck y'all talking about?
He wasn't doing nothing?
This man, Anthony Davis, yes, he wasn't doing nothing. The man played 40 games the year before that, 30 the year before that, and played 40 games before that. He didn't make no All-NBA, no All-Defensive teams. He made the All-Defensive team last year, and the last time he did that shit was in 2020. or 2021, some shit like that. That man ain't doing it. Y'all be acting like Anthony Davis out here dominating the NBA. We just saw somebody dominating the NBA. His name is Wembanyama. Wembanyama. Never that. Ain't nobody fearing the Lakers.
And you talk about he's dominating.
Ain't nobody fearing the Lakers.
So this dude has been playing over 10 years, and he hasn't been playing, so he's not dominating. A guy who played 1 year, he's been dominating the league for years, huh? That makes all.
I didn't say dominating for years. I just said Wemby is dominating. Wemby is
just like Anthony Davis dominated last year. So that means Anthony Davis dominated. Anthony Davis the best defensive player on the Olympic team with Bam on the team.
LeBron played better defense on the Olympic team than fucking AD. What the fuck are you talking about?
It was Anthony Davis.
It was LeBron.
Who was sticking Joker?
Who was sticking Joker? Who was on Joker, shutting down Joker? It wasn't Anthony Davis. It was the
Embiid and LeBron. It was Embiid and LeBron.
He said Embiid.
Embiid and LeBron because Joker actually had the guard. Actually was going up against a center, a real center, other than a power forward.
And he said Anthony Davis was the best one on the Olympic team after we saw the GOAT win the MVP of the Olympics. This thing Anthony Davis is so lucky LeBron said come play with
player, not the best
player. He was none of that. He was none of that. He was none of that. He was none of that on that team. He was nothing. None of the sort.
Who led the team in blocks on the Olympic team?
I don't know. You tell me.
Anthony Davis. Who led the team in boards?
You tell me.
Anthony Davis. All right, come on, move on. You're wrong again.
Down Joker? Who shut down Joker when they needed a chance to win the gold? LeBron or AD?
Oh, AD was in the game. but I know for sure Bam wasn't in that game. Bam was watching most of the game.
Bam was in there. Don't worry.
I mean, Bam was watching most of the game because he's not Anthony Davis.
Nah, because he got Asia.
He was literally Anthony Davis backup.
He got Asia Wilson. He's good. He's chilling.
Yeah. He was definitely Anthony Davis backup. So you can't even put him in above Anthony Davis when he backing him up.
Nah, I'm sorry, y'all. Again, we'll see. They get more chances. We'll see. Your Anthony Davis is his team. Because it ain't the GOAT's fault. It's Anthony Davis's team. That's what y'all keep saying. He's the best player in the league. Obviously, he's the best defensive player.
Do you believe?
But they suck.
Yeah. Do you believe that? I get your argument here, and I agree with Brandon though completely. But
of course you
do you think that just denigrating AD's impact somehow elevates LeBron?
No.
Honestly.
No. Has nothing to do with LeBron. Why does LeBron need elevation? Do you know who we're talking about? We're talking about LeBron, the GOAT.
Well, why are you making up all these lies then?
Elevation. Because I've been watching the Lakers for the last 2.5 years, and what I see is what I see. I've been watching the Lakers have horrible defense, and I've been watching other big men like Evan Mobley control and dictate teams when what they do.
You're saying
he could be the best defensive player on the team. We're not talking about who's the best defensive player on the team. The worst defensive team in the league has the best defensive player on it. I don't care if you're the best defensive player on the Lakers. We know the Lakers don't have a bunch of defensive studs on their roster. That's not the point. The point is that a big man affects your entire team's defense. AD does not do that. He's a great rim protector as far as blocking shots, but he does not affect the game.
I just don't think nobody agrees with you, Johnny, with this.
I know they don't agree with me because
they don't.
Because everybody has this enamel with Anthony Davis for some reason.
No,
which I find very weird. It's very, very weird. It's very weird.
It's very weird how you describe Anthony Davis.
Mind you, the guy who actually has better defense and has been playing better defense than Anthony Davis, which is Joker, doesn't get no credibility for his defense. And watching the game last night, I was watching Joker dictate the entire floor on both sides of the floor. When he was on the floor, the defense was better. Why? Because he was a smart player. It wasn't just protecting the rim. He was stopping the Lakers from getting their sets off, to getting their plays off. Anthony Davis does not do this. He does not affect the game in that way. He's good at blocking shots. He's an elite shot blocker. He's probably one of the best after Wemby. That I'll give him. But he's not that defender. When you're talking about big men defenders, you're talking about guys who change the pace of your offense. You're not getting to your shot. You're not getting that pass. I'm not breaking your defense down by collapsing it and coming to you like they do with Anthony Davis and still get a pass off to an open man. That shit all happens all the time with the Lakers. All the time. They have one of the worst defenses in basketball because of that. Because Anthony Davis doesn't protect None of his perimeter defenders, nothing. That's what a big man's job is to do. He don't do that shit.
The big man's job is to protect who? The perimeter players.
The perimeter guys, yes. You gotta protect. You gotta so that they can play defense. They can play up on somebody. So they can play defense. They can play aggressively and not worry about being burnt. Because even if they get burnt, they can be able to rotate and still affect the things. Because once they get to you, you're gonna slow them down all the way. Not just slow them down from making a shot. You're gonna slow them down from dribbling to a spot to make a pass. You're gonna affect everything. This guy was saying that.
What are you talking about?
No, what you mean?
You mad at the effect?
Okay, I'm gonna explain you that. I'm gonna explain it to you. It was perfectly explained by Gilbert Arenas when he had Dwight Howard on his show, and when he said that there were games where players legitimately were like, "Yo, I'm not even going nowhere near the paint because of Dwight Howard." There was one time.
This was like 15 years ago. This is not today's.
That's
different.
Basketball, Brandon. That's basketball.
This is not.
Wemby does it. Bam does it.
One man in the center.
Giannis
one man in
does
the middle
it.
And no one goes to the lane. Like this is.
I'm sorry. It still happens in today's basketball. I just watched Wemby do it last night. Effectively. I watched Bam do it all the time.
You don't watch Bam
Embiid do it. Yes, I do.
Yes,
he did. That's why the Heat have. That's why we always have one of the best defenses in basketball without any perimeter defenders.
A good defensive team.
No, we don't. Stop it. We got Bam. That's why.
He's a better defender than Bam.
No, he's not. Far from it. Bam is way better than that. Bam covers way much more space than Anthony Davis, which is what you have to do in today's NBA. Cover space.
Okay, Johnny. Say for instance, all the coaches lined up. And they said, we're going to pick one defensive player, Bam or Anthony Davis. Do you think most of them will pick Anthony Davis?
No, I'm thinking they're picking Bam. If the coaches had all defensive selections, Bam would have made the all defensive team over Anthony Davis.
I wouldn't even think Spo would pick Bam over Anthony Davis, to be honest with you.
You can say what you want. I know what Spo can do with Bam, and I know what Spo can't do with Anthony Davis. That's for a fact.
I mean, Spo was one of the coaches on the USA team, and Bam was watching most of the time.
No, that was because Kerr was on the floor. That was Kerr's job. That's no worry. Kerr was smart.
Spo had a voice, and I'm pretty sure he said, we're gonna put in a better defensive player. Let's put in AD. Bam, if AD get in foul trouble, you may be able to come in.
Bam was out there playing. He was playing. He was doing this thing.
He plays some when it was time for him to come in the second quarter.
I'm not using the Olympics because all this stuff about Anthony Davis does not apply from the Olympics to today's NBA and what happens in the games today and what happened last season. It's facts. The Lakers' defense is horrible. He can't stick Joker. He can't stick perimeter players. He can't do shit. All he can do is block shots. Good job.
Can't guard. He can't guard Jokic like Bam can't. He can't guard Ant-Man like Bam. I don't know what you're talking about. Like what perimeter players can he not guard? Like you talking about like stars.
Bam does a way better job versus them. Trust me on that. He does a way better job. Trust me. That's why Duncan Robinson could be on the floor. Tyler Hero can be on the floor. Kyle Lowry could be on the floor. That's why you can put Gabe Vincent on the floor. Gabe Vincent looked horrible with Anthony Davis when he was with Bam. He was looking fine.
He
was a defensive anchor. He was a defensive anchor as well with us.
He robbed the Lakers.
He was also a defensive anchor as well. Go back and watch when he was playing with Miami and how good he was defensively because he knew he had Bam to protect him. He was able to do his thing.
He can't do that with Anthony Davis. He can't make a shot.
Can't do that with Anthony Davis because once that happens to you, it's a basket and it falls on you.
You cannot produce. You can't be on the floor if all you do is throw the ball to the side of the backboard. You cannot play in the NBA. That's why he's on the bench.
When I got to play both sides of the floor.
If he was making shots, he'd probably be playing more.
When I got to do more because I don't got enough help like I did in Miami.
No, you have to make an open shot. That's all you have to do in the NBA. You cannot make an open shot. You cannot play. Simple as that. I don't care how much he runs around in circles.
What about his defense?
He can run around in circles all he wants. But if you can't make a shot or a layup, you can't play in the NBA.
We're talking about his defense, man. We ain't talking about his shot.
Yeah, no, that's why he's not playing. We don't know how much defense he can play because he can't make a shot.
So we don't know. He can't make a shot. That go back to the defense.
He's shooting like 10%. He can't be on the floor. You can't play Gabe Vincent because he cannot make a shot. We don't know what he can do. He could be the best defensive player on the team, but if you cannot make a layup and a shot, I don't know how you can play the NBA.
Well, he's definitely not stopping nobody. Lakers defense is not that great.
He's not even able to play on floor. Like he didn't play all last year either.
I know he didn't play all last year. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But when he played with Bam, he was able to play defense. But if he played with AD, he can't. If AD's that great, if AD's better than Bam, when he's on the floor defensively, he should look better when he's with AD. He don't, because AD don't make nobody look better defensively at all, because he only worries about blocking a shot. That's all he does. He doesn't do nothing else. And then if the ball falls in his lap on a rebound, he'll get a rebound. Great job. He's a great offensive rebounder.
That's how he gets rebound, because it just falls there?
No, he's a great offensive rebounder. Anthony Davis is a beast on the offensive boards. Not just off. Okay. No, but if you're good on the offensive boards, it helps out your rebounding as well. You think he's one of the best defensive rebounders in the league?
I'm pretty sure he's up there.
Okay. He should be the best. If like you said, he should be
the best
top tier. He should be up there. That's what you was bringing him up, because he's up there in blocks. That's what I told you. He's up there in blocks. That's where he's really at.
He's like 6th in blocks, I know.
Well, he's number 6 in defensive rebounds in the league.
Okay. See? Look at that. See? So there's 5 guys better than him, but he's still the best. Go ahead. You're right.
I'll say he's the combination of everything.
Hey, you're right. He's a combination of why the Lakers can't win.
Oh, yeah. That's Anthony Davis. I got you.
Everyone else on the perimeter is a turnstile, including LeBron.
So you want LeBron to be the best defender out there?
It's AD's fault.
I mean, it sounds like it's LeBron James is the reason that.
No, it's
Anthony
not LeBron's
Davis.
fault. It's Anthony Davis should have the Lakers at least mid-tier defensively if he's as great as of a defender as you guys claim him to be. That's all I'm saying.
You said Jokic is the best defender, like one of the best.
Jokic's team does not look that bad defensively because Joker plays great fucking defense. I've been telling y'all that about Joker's defense for a long time. I can't argue with you. When I watch Joker play and his team plays defense, they are on pace. And that's because of him. Matter of fact, the other day when they played against Minnesota, they were asking Rudy Gobert something about a play that they were running, and he looked at Anthony Edwards, and Anthony Edwards was like, yo, this man Joker knew our play, and we never even called the play out. We never threw a sign. We never threw nothing. He literally called out the play that they were running from a timeout, just from the set, just from seeing where they were lined up at. He knew their play. That's a part of being a great defender. That means you're communicating with your players. You're protecting the paint like you're supposed to. Joker never gets called out like you see they do with Rudy Gobert. You'll never see no plays where they put him on an island and he's getting smoked by somebody. He's always accurate where he's supposed to be at. Joker's one of the best defenders in the league, and nobody sees it because he's quote-unquote slow or he doesn't get a lot of blocks.
No one says he's a bad defender. You're just making this up anyway. But
no,
anyway,
crazy.
I know what you're trying to do. It's cool. Last year, Anthony Davis was 3rd in defensive rebounds per game, and he was 4th in blocks per game. So apparently, he gets more than offensive rebounds. He gets more than offensive rebounds.
I know that. I told you he's just not the best. I named 2 or 3 guys better than him. In every category you name, there's 2 or 3 guys better than him.
No, the Nuggets are like bottom 10 defensively in the league, right?
I think they're like 3rd or something. They said
it's like
last game
22 out of 30.
Yeah. I mean, we know Johnny likes to come up here and make up stuff about Anthony Davis.
I don't make up no stuff about Anthony Davis. What is the Lakers defense? 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 We know. First of all, we know Travis don't look up no real numbers. That we know. That we know for a fact. We know that off the top.
The numbers he looked up was facts. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, let's go ahead and look that up. But go ahead, Brandon, since you said you got something to say. I'll go look up these numbers. We go see who's the better defensive team.
You can't be up here continue to lie about Anthony Davis.
Okay, we're going to do that. We're going to go ahead and do that. Okay, let's see here. Wait a minute. Where is the Denver Nuggets? All right. The Denver Nuggets.
When's the last time you saw one man elevate at bad defense, like Hakeem?
What? Plenty of big men do that all the time. Plenty of big men do that all the time.
D-Rob for sure.
About? Who?
Wemby last year.
The Lakers are 24th and Denver's 21st as far as points per game given up. Right? If we go to
both bottom 10.
Offensive, if we go to defensive rating, the Denver Nuggets are 16th in the league. And the Lakers are 26th in the league.
We know the only points given up matters, though.
No, I said defensive rating and points given up. That's what we're talking about. That's how you rank teams'
I mean,
defenses.
we know that the
one of those
Lakers
two
are not a
rankings.
good defensive team, and Anthony Davis is the reason they're not last.
And that's why. Okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's what I
I
said.
mean, everybody knows this.
Okay. That's facts. That's facts.
They're
KD
pretty
basically
bad
canceled
defensive
out
team.
Cade.
San
He can
Antonio,
guard
San Antonio,
effectively from-
San Antonio's 7th. Cleveland is 9th. Miami is 12th. Rudy Gobert and them are 11th. Guys that I will all put in front of Anthony Davis for defensive reasons.
Rudy Gobert has a
Yeah,
roster
Because they play at a slower pace.
Yeah. So this is defensive rating, sir. This goes by 100 possessions. You cannot do that, Brandon. You know what? Let's go to rebounds. Let's see how good Anthony Davis makes the Lakers in rebounding. Let's do that. Let's see how good he is as a fucking rebounder. The Lakers rebounding in this year. Let's see. Where are the Lakers?
I mean, you're just proving the point how great Anthony Davis is because the Lakers are not a good defensive team.
Yeah, how about? No, you just like Anthony Davis as an individual defender. Yeah, as an individual defender.
He's a really good defensive player.
The Lakers are 29th in the league out of 30th in rebounds per game. That's where the Lakers are.
I'm pretty sure that's about true. They're pretty bad defensively. That's a good thing they got Anthony Davis.
That's a good thing they got.
Thank God you got Anthony Davis up there.
That's a good thing they got the GOAT, because that's the only way they've been winning basketball games, because they got the GOAT.
Yeah, LeBron is probably the second best defensive player on the team.
Who? LeBron?
He's probably the second best defensive player on the team.
LeBron's the GOAT, man. LeBron's the GOAT. That's all we got to say. He's the GOAT. That's just the facts. I don't know why y'all be so upset about Anthony Davis, man. Anthony Davis. Let's say, okay, Anthony Davis is top 10 and defensive rebounds for the season. He's ninth in the league.
Kobe number 8
per game. Let's go to
Kobe number 8 and 24. Just stop. You're never gonna debate me. You're never gonna show up to any of us.
And per game, he's sixth.
I mean, he's sixth in blocks and sixth in rebounds. So he's sixth in blocks and sixth in rebounds. Like, yeah. I'm pretty sure of all the big men, he probably the best in steals too, or if not top 5. Let me see. Jokic is ahead of him in steals.
Big man. Yeah, Jokic got 1.6 steals.
Anthony Davis got 1.4.
Let's see here. Segun got 1.1.
It's just Jokic has 1.6.
Wemby has 1.3.
Yeah, I mean he's up there. Like I said,
Bam Adebayo has 1.8 steals per game. So Bam is actually the best out of all of them because
he has less
covers more space, like I said,
rebounds and less blocks than Anthony Davis too. So
that's true.
I mean, Davis averaged like 3 more boards a game, 3 more defensive boards a game than him.
Yeah, that's true. No, 2. He averaged 2. He averaged 2. It's not that.
I mean, Bam averaged 6.5 and Anthony Davis averaged 9.5, so that's 3.
Wait, 9.5. It's 8.5. It's 8.5. Brandon, come on, get your glasses in. 8.5 Anthony Davis, 6.5.
That was last year. Yeah, last year. My bad.
That was last year. That was last year.
That's good. Let me see.
We just talking about
Let
this
me see
year. Bam's had a slow start. Bam's had a slow start, but I didn't talk about
Bam. Had a slow start. Okay, yeah, he had a slow start. But he bragged about his steals. He had a slow start, but he bragged about his steals. It's cool.
I brought up Coutinho Mobley. That's who I brought up. Coutinho Mobley. That's who I brought up. And how good he played.
Had a slow start.
Anthony Davis averaged 1.9 blocks per game. Coutinho Mobley averages, Evan Mobley averages 1.6.
Coutinho Mobley.
Yeah, Evan Mobley. That boy be balling. He been balling this year, though. I ain't gonna lie. He been balling this year. Again, Anthony Davis is one of the best defenders on the Lakers, and he's definitely one of the best defenders in the league. I wouldn't say he's not a good defender as far as that goes, but he's not up there with these other guys that change the way their team plays defense. Nah, he's not. Matter of fact, he's kind of like an even player, man. He's like a two-way player. It's kind of weird because he's just as good offensively as he is defensively. I know some, like Chilltown says that Anthony Davis is a defender, a great defender that can score. Like he's really not a scorer. He's like, you know what I'm saying? Like he's just a great defender that somehow can get buckets. Because right now he's averaging 30 points per game, like you said. Four players are averaging 30 points per game. Anthony Davis is one of them. But so is Nikolai Jovic, the guy that he can't stop, the guy that owns him. Just owns him.
Nobody could stop. Let's rephrase that. Nobody could stop.
Because your average don't go by one game.
That's like saying Clyde Drexler was a terrible player because Michael Jordan was better. That is what you're saying.
That's not what I'm saying.
That's exactly what you're saying.
Exactly.
What I'm saying is I'm tired of turning into a Laker game and watching their defense crumble while Anthony Davis ain't doing nothing defensively. That's what bothers me.
Besides grabbing all the rebounds, getting all the blocks, and I'll be probably leading the team in steals too.
Do the Lakers have a losing record or something?
No.
They're 10-7, 10-6, 10-7, 10-6.
So more times than not, they left the game scoring more points than the opposing team. That sounds like a good defensive team.
Well, it's only because the last two games have gotten raced.
That's the goal, is to have more points than the team.
I mean, unless the versus the Magic, they just gave the game away, and versus the Nuggets, they just can't play them in the second half.
My bad, John. I didn't see you in the background, bro. I was over here telling Brandon why Anthony Davis sucks.
Watch it. It was all good.
Yeah. Johnny was over here talking a whole bunch of nonsense. That's all.
That's all they ever say. I talk. That don't make no sense.
It's a lot of nonsense today. Johnny, nobody agrees with you today, so that should tell you something.
I'm surprised y'all don't.
Yeah, that tells me I got a lot more work to do. Shout out to King John for joining us, man. As y'all can see, we talking basketball. King John, we were talking about the guys of today's NBA in comparison to the old guys like LeBron, KD, and things of that nature. Are there any particular new school players that you rather watch than watch Stephen Curry or LeBron play or Kevin Durant play? Who else would fall in that category, Brandon, with those guys? Does Anthony Davis fall in that line since he was drafted in 2013?
Old school players?
Kyrie?
Yeah.
How old school you got to be?
I mean, at least 10 years in the league. That's like you're a veteran right there. We get 10 years in the league.
The KD era, Steph is the latest one out of the three. He was drafted in 2009, so I would say anything 2010 and down. Or give.
I mean, but that's just a few players though. There's not too many players in the league after that, right?
Yeah, that's not, because after that, because I think when Damian Lillard was drafted, 2011, 2012?
Like 2011, something like that, 12, something like between that. But just think about, like, if there's a playoff series going, like, I'm pretty sure most people would rather watch Golden State versus the Lakers over most likely any series. Yeah. And that's because of LeBron and Steph.
Yeah.
All right, so John, is there any other players that you would rather see than watch a LeBron Laker game or a Stephen Curry Golden State game? Because like last night there was a couple of games on, but obviously everything was one after the other. There was a couple of games that started in between, but which games were you more interested in watching last night? Were you just waiting for the Laker game and the Warriors, or were you interested in any other games?
I didn't get to watch any games yesterday, but I mean and it's crazy. There's only one player I would like to see that's a new school player over the old school players, and that's Shea. And that's because his game reminds me as an old school type of player. There's not really too many guys out there that is like you get up for the watch. It's good basketball. I like the team aspect of today's game. But if you're talking about like as an individual, I mean, it's not too many guys I get up to watch besides Shea. That's it. I mean, I like Shea game. He's dominant in certain parts of his game. I actually don't even see a weakness in his game. I was watching some and they asked, and it was about Anthony Edwards. It was like, make a response when you see somebody better than Anthony Edwards. And players kept going back, and they got to Shea, and that's when they said something. And I was like, hey, I was happy they said something because Shea is the one player I believe is better than Anthony Edwards. And I believe Anthony Edwards have weaknesses to his game that he really needs to pay attention to. So the one player that I like is Shea.
Yeah, I like Shea too. Shea's another guy that I like to watch. But their whole team, I like the way they play as a team. They're more of a team type of oriented. He's just the best player on that team. So obviously you like watching these younger guys too. These guys are taking over. Did you get a chance to watch Wemby last night? Because that's like a guy that I'm interested in watching. But he's incredible.
I didn't get to watch any games yesterday, and I've kept up with Wemby a little bit. His defensive rotations is very slow. He can recover, but his defensive rotations is very slow. So I don't even count him as a very good defender yet, even though people want to say he is because of his block shots, which he does that great at an elite level. But his team defense isn't it's caught up with his blocks yet. And it's going to take time. I don't expect him to be the best defender in the league right now because it takes time, it takes reps. He was only averaging 29 minutes a game last year. He was under 30 minutes last year, which they are ramping up this year. So I expect him as the season get along for him to be a better team defender. But Wemby is a defender. He's a great shot blocker, but I don't think he's a great team defender yet. I want to see more from his offensive game. He's the tallest guy in the NBA. He doesn't punish people. That's something he has a natural gift of, and that's he's taller than everybody. He doesn't dominate that part of his game yet. You're taller than everybody. Can nobody block your shot? But you let teams off the hook by shooting too many 3-point shots, and he doesn't dominate. I mean, he can come free throw line extended, and he could dominate that part of the game. There's nobody who's going to stop him, and he doesn't dominate that part. So I'm not ready for him yet because he's only in his second year, and I don't expect him to have done that yet. But that's a part of his game I need to see more of him dominating one part of his game on offense, and that's natural for him. He's 7'5", 7'6".
I don't know. I you know what? Watching him play last night, I don't want no restrictions on him. Do what you do. If you feel like you want to pull up from 30, pull up. Go ahead, do it. Just do it. Yo, that kid is special.
No,
you're not. Not really. Not really, because there was moments and times, right? If you go back and watch, if you have the league pass, you go back and see what I'm talking about. There were moments and times where he was coming late, dragging off from transition, and the whole defense was watching him. And none of them went past the free throw line. And somebody cut to the basket, easy dunk. Like it was because they were all worrying about when he got the ball from the 3-point line. Even from the out of bounds play in the late fourth quarter, they called the play for him. He caught the ball 27, 30 feet and hit it. Bang. Like that's a part of his game. That's what's gonna make him so lethal to the point to where you can, like you said, you can do the stuff where like you're saying, being on the free throw line, posting them up there, because they did that yesterday as well, and he dished off to Harrison Barnes for a basket at the end. Trust me, I think the thing with them is that they haven't given him the reins yet, and he hasn't learned that he can just take it. So he's just playing the game, and that's why you see him, he's taking like 16 shots, 17 shots. That's not, when he starts taking 20, 22 shots, and that, it's going to be a wrap for the league. It's over. It is a wrap. That kid is going to be something crazy.
I don't think he's ever going to need to take that 22-shot type, because I think he's going to remind you of a KD type, because he's going to stay under 20. He's going to dominate the game. I mean, he's going to dominate the game. You see the talent there. It's right there in your face. You can't miss it. It's just he is, like I said, he needs the reps. And it's the reps he needs more than anything. What reps and experience is going to show everything I'm talking about. Because I think he could dominate parts of the game that he's not dominating yet. But I get your point that the defense is paying him attention. Yes, they is. I ain't doubting that. I just saying he's not dominating certain parts of the game yet. And it's early, so I don't expect it yet. I mean,
he's like 20, ain't he?
I think he is.
He's young.
He's like 20. He's young. Yeah. He's like, he's young, man. He's young.
I don't expect that yet.
Yeah, I mean, so besides those guys, Irie, so we all know we all love to see LeBron play. We all love Stephen Curry here. So which is the young guy that you guys, when you say, okay, LeBron's not playing, The Warriors are not playing, KD's not playing. Who's the player that makes you say, okay, I'm gonna watch their game if they're playing today? Because as of today, we got the Celtics actually playing against the Timberwolves. They're at home against the Timberwolves at 3:30. Then you got the Pacers versus the Wizards. You got the Sixers versus the Clippers. You got my Miami Heat versus the Mavs. And then you have the Cavaliers versus the Raptors. And then to end the game tonight, we have the Sacramento Kings versus the Brooklyn Nets. So the Lakers or the Warriors are not playing. Which one of these games, Brandon, would you be more interested in watching for the actual players?
Just thinking about players in like general, like who I rather watch play. I may say Anthony Edwards, maybe, but to me, I don't know. It's Wemby. It's in between Wemby and Anthony Edwards. Those are like the two main players I want to watch. I can't wait to Cooper Flag into the league. I'm thinking he's gonna be really good. That dude is 17. He's like the best college player. Like he's gonna be really good.
You like Cooper Flag?
That boy is
I haven't
good.
a chance to watch him. I haven't been watching college. He's at Duke, right?
Yeah.
He's at Duke. Yeah, he's at Duke.
Yeah, so Travis, let's go to you. There's no Laker game tonight. There's no Warriors game. There's no KD playing tonight. Who would you rather see play tonight? There's a few games on tonight. What game would you watch depending on the players that are playing tonight?
Like I said, I've been hopeful about the Pacers this year, but they have not had the start that I like. But I'm gonna see how they develop. I like the young core. I think Halliburton can really raise his game up, but I mean, I'll follow them. But like I said, as far as a player goes, like John said, I really invested in Wemby and his growth because he has unlimited potential. But as far as that goes, I'm just following. I just want to see the Bucks turn it around, probably in the Nuggets. So I mean, those are my core guys, and we're going to follow. But it's really all over the place. It's just I'll keep in touch with all the games, but I probably see the Pacers and kind of stomach some of their games, or at least their highlights, and see what happens with them. So,
Bronny too.
Oh yeah, I got to see the 4 points he throws in.
They tripping with Bronny. They didn't leave Bronny alone. They talking about Bronny doesn't want to travel and stay in Holiday Inns. And of course, Bronny doesn't want to stay in Holiday Inns. That's a security liability. We could put LeBronny in a Holiday Inn. Bronny is a top tier A-list celebrity. We ain't gonna put him in a Holiday Inn.
Yeah. At least Motel 6.
What? Come on, man. They got to be crazy, man. They got to put that man up in the Taj Mahal, man. Yeah, I got to put him up in something nice, man. Shit.
Bronny should be paying for the hotels there.
He probably the only one that could afford to do it on the team.
Of course, he's getting like $10 million a year.
Yeah, right. Nothing.
That's crazy. So what about you, Craig? There's some games on tonight. The Lakers ain't playing. The Warriors not playing. What player would you be like, oh, man, I want to watch them play tonight?
You said Minnesota was playing the Thunder?
No, the Minnesota's playing against Boston today. They're at Boston at 3:30. We'll be off before that, so we can watch that. We're going to definitely be off before 3 p.m., so we can all watch that.
Yeah, that's what I want to see, how Ant-Man does against Boston's defense.
You don't want to see what Bam Adebayo and Tyler Hero does against Luka?
They too boring to watch. I ain't gonna front. I tried to watch a quarter of Miami. This shit was.
What about Brooklyn though? Brooklyn playing tonight versus Sacramento. Those your boys.
Lose. We know that.
Well, they're not doing that bad. They're 6-10. They're not. At least they're not as bad as some of these other teams in the Western Conference. They're actually a couple of games out of being in the play-in, to be honest with you. All right, so let's go to you, John. John, you're a Bulls fan, ain't it?
Of course.
But the Bulls don't play today. They're not playing today, man. So LeBron's not.
The other night.
They did. Oh yeah, but that's Milwaukee. Milwaukee's trying to turn it around. They're trying to turn it around. So all right, so you got no LeBron playing tonight. You ain't got no Joker playing tonight. You ain't got Anthony Davis playing tonight. You ain't got Steph Curry playing tonight. Who's gonna catch your attention and say, I'm gonna watch this game?
My problem with the NBA is that they don't push things that they should. And when you asked this question, I went straight to one game that Craig just said. It's the Boston-Minnesota game. Why are you not pumping Tatum versus Anthony Edwards? Why ain't you doing it? I mean, that game, you should say, had that matchup. Tatum versus Anthony Edwards. It's right there for the taking. I mean, you should be pushing that to everybody. You should be wanting people to watch that game. Why is that? Because your question should.
It's on the league. It's only on League Pass. The only way to watch it's on League Pass.
But it shouldn't even be a question because we should already say besides your question should have been besides the Minnesota Boston game because the NBA is pumping it so hard. What other game did you want to watch? That should have been your question. But since that wasn't your question, the NBA isn't doing their job as far as pumping this player. And then you can't complain. You can't complain. The ratings are down if you're not pumping the right things out to everybody else. Why is that game not being pumped up? That's what I want to watch. I want to watch Boston, Minnesota. I want to see the Tatum Anthony Edwards matchup, and I want to see them go at each other.
It's because it's Minnesota. Minnesota's not a popular.
No, because you would have to. What's it called? Not only that, no, you gotta sign up for the league pass.
They got the right players on the wrong teams. That's what
you gotta sign. You gotta sign up for the league pass.
Right players on the wrong teams.
I'll watch any Cleveland game this year.
Boston is a big market, so.
Any Cleveland game.
That's what I'm saying. You got to sign up for the league pass. That's it. You got to be a league pass member. It's not that expensive to get the league pass.
Undefeated. Now that they lost, they gonna go back to how it was.
a lot of dudes spend money on the NFL ticket, and that shit's on regular TV.
And
you don't even got. You don't even.
That's what's keeping the league watching people in their parlays.
But if you get the league pass, I think I pay like $17-$18 a month for the league pass for 5 months, so it's like $100 for the year.
Okay. Now, that's
it's not bad.
Phone, though.
No, that's on any device that you can have the league pass on. Now I got it through Prime because I'm a Prime member, so when I go to my Prime channel, you can get it through there. But when you got the league pass, that way you can log into the NBA website and watch it through the NBA website. Because that's the problem. The only way to access the league pass is through either because it's not like available even on NBA.com. Like the league pass is only available on like Prime. Like I don't know where else you can find it at. I don't know where else you can get the league pass unless you go on NBA.com and sign up for the team, and then you get a league pass that way. But when I went to go look up the league pass, it wasn't on no NBA. There's no NBA app for watching NBA games. You just go to the NBA website, and when you log in with your same email address that you have a league pass with, then it allows you to watch the games. You click on the game, and it says, "Do you want to watch the game?" And you click it, and you can watch it.
So, are you saying the NBA is making it hard for the consumers to watch their games?
To a certain degree, yeah. You have to have either an internet device. You have to have a device. So that's why the TV ratings are down because if you just have a TV, if you just have a television, you're not going to be able to watch the games unless they're on ESPN or TNT and ABC.
And also, what the NBA is thinking that they're making it more accessible for fans to watch all the games as well. That's why they have NBA TV and stuff. They have it on YouTube TV, Amazon Prime. You could access it through a lot of times, but that's
okay.
So what they're thinking as well.
Yeah,
I believe.
So you're saying if you have YouTube TV, you can sign for the NBA League Pass?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. But not if you have a YouTube account. I'm saying if you have a YouTube account, you can't. But again,
you have to have YouTube TV.
If you have an NBA account, if you go to NBA.com and you create an NBA account, you can watch the League Pass and you can watch the games on NBA.com. So you got NBA.com, YouTube TV, and Prime. Those are the only places you can actually physically watch the game.
And tell you how tough it is.
Or playback. Now that they got this new thing with playback, where basically once you sign up for playback, you automatically get an NBA subscription, League Pass subscription. That way you can watch any games you want, and it allows you to actually stream the games yourself.
We have to pay here in Chicago to watch Bulls games.
Yeah, that's the same with here in Phoenix. Like you can't watch the Suns games, but you can't watch it on like NBA League Pass or anything. You can't. You have to actually have cable to watch it. I believe.
Yeah. For me in Miami, I have to have now it's called FanDuel Network. Now FanDuel must have bought Bally's because at first it was Sunshine or Sun Sports. Now it was Bally Sports. Now it's called FanDuel Sports Network. So now FanDuel's. Now those are and it depends. I think in your area, Brandon, it's more like not CNBC. What is it? One of those.
I mean,
I think in the West Coast is different. I think it's something NBC or something Fox.
Sportsnet.
Something like that. But
yeah,
that's just regional. That's just regional.
Yeah, because I know if you have YouTube TV, you can actually watch those like local games as well, and you got ESPN and TNT, which all the other games come on as well. So,
yeah, so YouTube TV, that's what I'm saying. It's all streaming. It's all on streaming.
It's all streaming. Like you can't, like those are not included in like the viewership. So,
yeah.
So the NBA has made it hard to watch games. Right.
Yeah. I don't know if it made it hard to watch your local games, maybe, but it made it easier to watch everybody play.
Yeah, it's harder to watch your team play because none of the NBA teams have national contracts to watch the game. It's not like NFL where on a Sunday afternoon for a fact the Bears are going to be on television.
On CBS
Brandon knows for a fact that Arizona is going to be on television. I know for a fact the Dolphins are going to be on television for a fact because it's regional. That's national. Regional.
It's a good thing that I don't care about the Arizona team, so I'm good. I watch the Cardinals or the Suns too much unless it's a playoff game.
But the NBA league subscription has been going up for years now, and they've been claiming their subscriptions is up as well for League Pass, so they don't have that issue. And obviously, people who have Prime, people who have YouTube TV is also going up. Prime Video's gone up, YouTube TV's gone, especially since YouTube just purchased the NFL League Pass. So now, if you want to watch, you have to have YouTube television to watch the League Pass.
Mm-hmm.
So, and like Brandon says, if you have YouTube TV, you're going to have access to your regional channels, so you can watch your regional team and still watch the ESPN and NBC, and the TNT games. But now that the games are going to be on NBC, right? But that's another thing too, because they're going to have games on Peacock. That's another.
Yeah, like you have to have a certain type of app to watch everything.
Yeah, like, if you're gonna the Peacock games are gonna only be on Peacock, and if you're not a subscriber and member of Peacock, you're not gonna be able to see that game.
So who actually all have all the channels, like all the apps?
I don't.
Like who has ESPN and TNT apps? Like
I don't have none of those apps.
I don't have none of those apps, but I have access to all those apps.
Okay. So Johnny, how do you watch ESPN and TNT?
Like Craig says, I found access to ESPN.
Okay, all right. So so that stuff was not included as well. That's what most people watch it on.
Yeah, my Fire Stick. I got a Fire Stick. Now I do got ESPN Plus, and some games that are played on both ABC are usually played on ESPN Plus, but the ones that are played on ESPN are not on ESPN Plus. You see what I'm saying? So if it's a Sunday afternoon game, like on Christmas, where ABC will have like 3 games on Christmas, those 3 games will also be available on NBC. On ESPN Plus, which I have as a part of my bundle with having the Disney plan, the Disney Plus, because I have Disney, Hulu, and obviously that's a part of it.
That's the only thing I have through Verizon. I get that free through Verizon.
Yo, Craig is a true Caribbean, man. Craig is a true Caribbean. So, man, but again, the NBA is still doing good because they got viewers across the world. Because remember, if they didn't have these access players, people from the Philippines, Africa, Europe, Australia, South America, none of those people would be able to watch the games.
That's 77 billion.
Yeah.
The NBA is doing great in the streaming part.
Yeah, they're doing great. Yeah.
It's the regular TV part where the numbers are down because you just explained how you watch a game. I mean, I just told you in order to watch the Bulls play, I gotta pay for it. I gotta pay to watch the Bulls play.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Travis.
The real viewership is obviously people are gearing up for the playoffs. Like they'll keep track of their teams a lot. This is like the most fans do. They'll watch highlights. Very rarely, are you going to sit down and watch every single game and like pay for the ability to do so. That might happen, but you're really gearing up for the playoffs. You're really gearing up to like just put all your eggs in that basket, and then you'll see like as usual viewership spike. Same way with the NFL for the most part, but that's when they make their bread there.
Do you think the NBA can have their version of the red zone?
They need that.
They kind of have something like that on NBA TV. If you when they have several games on, like when they have like the in-season tournament, in reality, you go to NBA TV, they'll have what they call NBA Game Time, and they'll go in and out of clips and show you different games and what's going on in certain games. It's hard to do it like the red zone, because the red zone, like it says, every time a team's in the red zone, they'll take you to that game. You see what I'm trying to say? And basketball is not like that. So they'll just take you to the most exciting game or the most exciting moment, and they'll show you clips, but they can't do like the red zone. They really can't.
There should
do
be
it
a
like
panel like they have like set up with that. Then they have all the games playing, and they're like sitting there discussing that all day, and then they can bring you highlights of like the close games or whatever, or the important ones. But I don't know.
No, technically they need to create a NBA League Pass app. That's what they should have. That would change everything. That would bring everybody to their app, and that would be it. Because again, like I said, you can sign up for the League Pass once you have an NBA account, but then you gotta watch it through the NBA app when the game is on and something like that. But if they had an app that was just accessible to you and that you can watch any game whenever you want, that would be, that would be better. So, we got a treat for y'all. We got a treat for y'all because Travis was out here doing his work. And he found somebody out here acting real loose and real crazy.
You all know who it is.
We all know who it is. Yeah. Well, we know who you are. We all know who you are. You are T Perfect, and you are the MJ delegate. And what you do best is go find people who say the most silliest and most dumbest things in the social media platforms, and you come back to us and you go ahead and nuclear bomb them. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to give you the chat bomb with T Perfect.
We are interrupting our normal programming. The current threat level is critical, meaning an attack is imminent. Civilians are advised to remain indoors. In some urban areas, evacuations are taking place. If you're in one of these areas, police will help you to safety. Follow their orders without question. You should remain indoors until you are told otherwise. You should now prepare for a nuclear strike. You will not be able to leave your location for 14 days after the strike.
Hello, everyone. Michael Jordan fans are the best.
Cap.
And today, I'm going to be talking about the most dominant scorers of all time. And one thing that I wanted to address is that LeBron James at highest could be the 20th most dominant scorer of all time.
Don't nobody want to hear that shit.
And I'm going to explain why.
Why?
Merriam-Webster Dictionary defines dominant as commanding, controlling, or prevailing over all others.
You sure about that?
You cannot do that over the course of an accumulative career. You can only do that year by year. And the way that they define that in the NBA is by scoring titles.
Cap.
So there are 19 people that have 2 or more scoring titles. LeBron James only has 1.
Shut your bitch ass up.
Oh God! So you guys heard it there, right? Like when I was going through, I was kind of like, what am I going to expose there? Because I wanted to kind of give Scap a break because there's like burnout. I understand maybe like you guys want some fresh meat, but and then it hit me. I'm like, okay, why not go to like the source of the most obvious cap that never runs out? And of course, that's just Farm Fresh and like Michael Jordan fans are the best page. Just like you heard that. That was probably one of the worst takes, if not the worst take I've ever heard. Just based on absolutely nothing except for the most basic of like not even a stat, just the basic of like time. You just look at that and you say, you know what, I'm a casual, I have no understanding of the game, no idea how it works. I'll just look at these. Who has the most scoring titles? So it was so bad. It was, I want you guys to know how difficult this was to put together for you, just because of like how much bile and like just the laughter I had to control while I was doing it. I had to rewatch that video and get all the players and stuff. So anyway, his take was LeBron is barely even the 20th best scorer in history. So, he's based on it all on scoring titles. So, the 19 players he has above LeBron James. Okay, here we go. Now, and this is based only on titles. Okay, Tracy McGrady, Paul Anderson, Shaq, Kobe, Joel Embiid, Bob Pettit, Russell Westbrook, Steph Curry, Kareem, Neil Johnston, James Harden, Bob McAdoo, Kevin Durant, Iceman, George Gervin, AI, Wilt, Mike, Adrian Dantley, and of course, George Mikan, his favorite player. Okay. Now, obviously, there's so many reasons why this is ridiculous, but let's break down some of the numbers. Now, by the numbers, LeBron has a higher per game average than everyone on that entire list outside of Wilt and Mike. Okay. Obviously, he has the most points ever, which in itself is an accomplishment, and I would rate him over these guys easily for that. And he's easily the most consistent scorer of all time, without question. He also shoots a higher field goal percentage overall than everyone on the list except outside of Shaq, Wilt, Kareem, and Adrian Dantley. So right away, you see like the cracks in his armor showing, but he's never going to talk about that because he's the definition of a casual and someone who doesn't know the game outside of a cursory level, if that. Okay? Much like Kobe number 8 over here. So we're here, and if we're talking results, okay, it's per game averages, total efficiency. Bron is, there's no argument you can make that he's not at the worst a top 5 scorer of all time. I have him top 2. Okay. Now his scoring titles argument is also ridiculous. Okay. So the only players on the list who actually won a scoring title while shooting at least 50% or better were there's about 9 of the players. So roughly about half of them accomplished that. But what's more is that as this product was actually coming almost exclusively from a result of everyone on that list who weren't winning scoring titles was doing so, probably leading the league in overall shots taken. Okay, in fact, 61 times the scoring titles were accumulated by these players over the course of their careers. Okay, out of those times, 42 of them were accompanied by a player also leading the league in overall field goal attempts. Okay, it's about 70%. So 70% of the time, these guys are doing so because they're just leading the league in not efficiency or anything like that, but they're just leading in overall shot attempts, which is to be expected. Any legitimate fan knows this. Okay, so it's just ridiculous. And it's another fun fact: out of the players named, only Steph Curry, Embiid, McGrady, and Adrian Dantley did not lead the league in total attempts at least one time. Okay, so there's a definite pattern here, and it just. This take is so bad. Like everything debunks it, whether you just look at the numbers, the efficiency, the consistency. And all these guys were, a lot of them were just flash in the pans as far as like leading the league in scoring. You even have like, you're having guys like Allen Iverson leading the league in scoring when they're shooting like 41, 38, 39, 40% from the league, or from the field. Ridiculous. Same thing with Russell Westbrook. There is absolutely no argument you can make that these guys, aside from I have Kevin Durant as a better scorer than LeBron James. Okay, we all know why I have that. But other than that, there's really no argument you can make that they were a better or more effective scorer than LeBron James. I mean, especially if we're looking at any metric that we want to use, offensive win shares. I mean, you can argue Mike, but consistency, efficiency, also from all 3 levels, LeBron has actually developed and honed in his 3-ball, especially the last 4 or 5 years. That's become an integral part of his game, which I give him a lot of credit for because he started off where, like, I think the worst thing you could say about him offensively was he had maybe an inconsistent jumper and inconsistent 3-ball, but he's actually improved those things wildly, especially as he's gotten a lot older. So it's just one of the worst takes in history. And, I mean, those are just a few things to debunk it. The list was way too long, but, I mean, those are the main things that just, out the window, you can just say that it was so easy to do that. But moving on from that, question today, of course, from the GOAT, Adrian Knight, which you don't see anyone coming for his crown anytime soon. But question today, does Shea remind me of Jordan? I mean, they have similarities, man. Shea, I mean, they have similar footwork. I think Mike was a little better footwork. I think Mike had a better first step. I think Shea is a great he has a great turnaround jumper. He's great at mid-range. He gets to his spots really well. Obviously, he's a better 3-point shooter for volume right now. They both have similar characteristics defensively. They have great hands. But, I mean, it's tough to say that because Mike just had such an arsenal, especially like when you're getting into finishing, body control. I think one of Mike's main attributes was body control. Body control, still able to maintain an accurate shooting percentage while you're kind of adjusting for the defense. But Shea has all those things too. Shea's a fantastic player. He'll be an MVP candidate kind of going forward. But, it's similar. I mean, you can draw parallels to a lot of players. And, not just Mike, but, you have guys like Kobe, T-Mac. All these guys were archetypes, prototypes for some of the late players like Ant-Man, Shea, guys like that, Tatum, to a degree, Mitchell, all these guys. You can see some similarities. But anyway, that was one of the worst takes ever. There's 100 more of them to the farm, which I will do for you guys. And that one was just egregious. So we'll be back next week with even more just epic trash from that page.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Travis's chat bomb where he actually went after Michael Jordan fans are the worst page for having all these horrible takes that they always have over there, but they seem to have a great fan base that seem to love their content. But again, we don't give a damn about that here in GOAT James Kingdom because Travis just slapped the shit out of Dart. So for that's what you get, because again, ladies and gentlemen, when you say something silly, you're going to have to worry about the chat bomb by Travis, because Travis doesn't play. Shout out to you, Travis. Great job by you going to find that information, because those guys are definitely idiots, and we know that they're the worst of the worst. I didn't even know what to even say. I can't believe you made me go find that damn clip.
It's so bad. So bad. Just putrid.
Yeah, they like to use weird things to try to judge something like more dominant, because you just don't think whatever you think in your head. So that's why, like, what is most dominant? Like, you could say anything about most dominant.
But he gave us the definition. You had to be better than anybody else. What the hell? What is the all-time scoring record? Yeah, exactly. What's the all-time scoring record means? Better than anybody else in NBA history.
He even stated why LeBron's the most dominant.
Exactly. They were just ridiculous.
Did he say top 10? Did he say top 10 all time, then start talking about the 20th? Was that what he said?
No, dude.
20th. He said LeBron is 20th.
Top 20.
No, what I'm saying
is... He said he's not a top 20th. He's 20th at best, he said.
No, what he said was, I'm going to give you the top 10 list, and then he gave you the number 20th player.
Yeah. So
he wanted to say how LeBron's not top 20, basically.
Yeah, that was the point. It was like, so I'm going to give you the top 10 list, but guess what I'm going to give you? This is my top 10 list, but skip 11 through 19. I'm going to give you number 20 on the list, too. Okay, I just checked. That's it.
The title of the video was about LeBron as well. That's why I put the part with him saying LeBron James. They got to include LeBron James.
I mean, who else you going to talk about if you can't talk about LeBron? If you're talking about greatest at anything, you have to mention LeBron.
It's just such a lack of understanding of basketball. But, like, you can't tell him that because he's like, well, the dictionary says this. And he's just such a moron, dude.
Nobody said LeBron was the GOAT because he has the scoring title. Again, he became the greatest scorer of all time because of the scoring title.
I mean, he's the greatest scorer of all time. Like that's
what they failed to realize. They don't understand that.
If you look at the definition of greatest, it's LeBron James.
I understand like what people don't understand. He's rewritten the book as far as a lot of things, but especially scoring. Like nobody's averaged more than 30 points beyond year 15. He's on year 21. He's doing it at 27, and he's still at a great efficiency. Like, there's what can you say about it? It's not a longevity thing. It's just a consistency and greatness thing.
He's the oldest and youngest player to average 30 in a season.
It's crazy. Like there's nothing really that you can say about it, especially nothing negative. I mean, he's not out there just getting no layups. He's shooting a high percentage from all three levels, and he's leading his team in like assists, and he's like second rebound. So like there's nothing bad you can say about his game, and like he's leaving everyone just as far as just what the expectations are now for an alpha. Like who's gonna match him?
It's getting so bad with LeBron and social media. People are now lying. The thing is, we have to lie about certain things to help the argument. This guy on social media, I wish I had his name. He talked about from 2006 to 2013, Kobe was a better player. And even though LeBron, they won the same amount of titles, they went to the finals the same amount of time, LeBron has more MVPs. LeBron beat Kobe more times. The mindset of a player made Kobe play a better player. So the way you can judge who's a better player between Kobe and LeBron. And remember, I want you to know he said during both their primes. It wasn't LeBron prime he was talking about, it was Kobe's prime. Even though during the time period he's talking about, LeBron actually beat Kobe more times. So
Go ahead. They're saying that player like they're even closest players. Like there's no argument you can make that Kobe was a better player during LeBron, especially during LeBron's prime from like 09 to peak 09 to 13. Like even during his MVP year, LeBron was better. I mean, what's the argument? Like especially Juan Stockton, you want to come up here? Like Kobe's not going to. None of you guys who are safe in chat, like just capping for Kobe, are ever going to come up here and say your ridiculous takes. I promise you this.
Let's start with Liddy, who says, so the record means nothing if you think LeBron's the GOAT with or without the record. Because again, I'm a basketball fan. The record means something. You're not a basketball fan. The only thing you care about is the GOAT debate. So again, you guys are safe in the comments. We're gonna drop the link very shortly. You're more than welcome to come up and have a conversation about us and or whatever we say, or talk about the NBA because you should have been watching the games. So we're gonna be off very shortly so that we can watch the NBA games because we actually watch the basketball games here, as you can see. But you guys just don't know how to talk the game, and that's why we have Craig. Craig, you haven't been here for a while. People were asking for you last week. So are you ready for your take? You got some poor takes you want to check and balance today? Unmute yourself, Craig. You got to unmute yourself, Craig.
It was something that happened earlier. It's not really to address it, just a comment. Well, it was a post that was made, and I chimed in. It was basically, they put of course, it was an MJ LeBron thing, and they put that. They brought up the John Paxson in Game 6 of the finals when he hit the three to win it. They brought up the Steve Kerr in Game 6 of the 97 finals. And they were trying to compare that to LeBron's take. So my only comment was, all I asked was to show me Game 7 where Jordan's teammate shot a three that ultimately assisted and led in a way to a title. Show me a Game 6 where it had this Jordan teammate missed the shot and they were to lose the game, they would have been eliminated. Show me those games and then we can have a conversation, because the only thing they did was to add on to the whole 6-0 thing, which I don't subscribe to that much, is that all you could say was those shots prevented a Game 7 from being played in the finals. So I just tired of those comparisons. Ray Allen didn't save LeBron's legacy, and John Paxson didn't save Jordan's legacy. They did what they were supposed to do at the time their team needed them the most.
Leave it up to Craig to make Liddy feel right. Good job to you. Good job. I mean, all this other stuff, everybody has a responsibility on the basketball court. Everybody has a role. So, yeah, those guys hit their shots. Those were clutch shots. But that's what they're there for. Like you said, they're there to hit their shots. I hear you on that. They've been bringing up that Kyrie moment recently as well. That's something that they've been bringing up. But, yeah, man, again, they're a little bit upset. Craig, did you see my debate with the ticket?
I seen portions of it. I seen the part where you had him stuttering. I seen that clip.
Oh my God! Ever since then, they've been out on the droves, man. If you go check us out on GOAT James Kingdom, like I said, man, we are all over the place. You can follow us on YouTube, we're on Facebook, we're on TikTok, we're on Instagram, Discord, Twitter. And they're all coming out right now. They're all coming out the woodworks because they saw what happened to Ticket TV. Again, when you're not prepared to talk a game of basketball, you encounter A. Johnny, and then you try to get disrespectful, then you end up encountering the exposer. It just doesn't bode well for them. It was just a crazy. It's been crazy for them. It's been a crazy week for us here in GOAT James Kingdom. So shout out to you, Craig, though. It's good to see you back here on another Sunday because we're having some fun. Again, we were talking earlier today. We were talking about, who are still the most popular players and the most attractive players to watch in today's games. Are you still just watching the games to see Stephen Curry, LeBron, Kevin Durant play? Or are you actually watching the new guys play like a Ant-Man, like a Luka, Jason Tatum, Wembanyama, Donovan Mitchell, SGA, all these great stars we see. Trae Young is balling this year. We got a lot of great guys. Jalen Brunson, Karl Anthony Towns, Bam Adebayo.
Kobe, what debate was you watching? To say Ticket won the debate, what debate was you watching?
That's Kobe, the biggest clown on the channel, dude. He's never going to come up here and talk ever.
That was another debate you watched.
That was another debate. That's fine though. They can say what they got to say. They got to defend their peoples. You got to defend your peoples. When you got time to defend your peoples, you got to defend your peoples. And we're still looking forward to seeing Ticket again because supposedly he does want a rematch. So I don't know why y'all say he cooked if he's out here looking for a rematch.
The only thing Ticket took was the keyboard on his cell phone when he was looking up information.
Yes, that was classic. He was like, hold on.
Wait a second.
What? Hold on. Jordan, the all-time leader scorer in the finals. Period. That was his quote, right?
Somebody said that Ticket was asking for timeouts. He was like, wait, timeout.
He was.
Anyways, but let's get back to the subject so we can get some folks in to have a conversation. But obviously, y'all know we don't deal with Zesty Jeffries all the time. We actually know some good LeBron fans out there. And as we always tell you, King John is one of the greatest LeBron fans of all time. He goes out there and he supports plenty of LeBron content creators and pages and channels. So with this week, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to give you Flowers by King John.
Rosebetters!
This week, the person we're going to talk about, he give us the most content out there, period. I mean, it's the number one content that you can give out from one person. This person has over 200 million followers on his multiple social media pages. And this maybe should have been the first person I started with when I started this segment. And that person is LeBron James. He give us the most content. He has over 200 million followers. One of the reasons I wanted to talk about him this week, because he did bring up that he was going to step away from social media for a while. And I watched the social media. I watched one of these main networks talk about LeBron doesn't need to let us know he's stepping away. While and he said he doesn't care. While he's having a full segment telling us about LeBron stepping away. I mean, he had a full segment on national TV about LeBron stepping away, but he doesn't care. If you don't care, why you start off your segment with LeBron is stepping away. LeBron gives us the most content about basketball and other things in the world. He's into politics. He's into a lot of different things. He gives us so much content out there. It makes it easy to talk about people, different pages, and have this conversation that we having today. I mean, you got the people who love LeBron, you got the people who hate LeBron. If you want to find a LeBron James hater, just follow LeBron. They're right there. I want to thank LeBron James. He's played 22 seasons in the NBA, and he's given us a lot of great content, a lot of great basketball to watch, and I really do appreciate him as a basketball player. I personally don't know him as a person, but what he give off is he deserves his flowers. And I really did want to give LeBron James his flowers this week because I really do appreciate LeBron James. And one day soon he's going to step away from the game. And even though we're going to have plenty of content to talk about, we won't have him to, his game is coming on tomorrow, so we know who we're going to watch. So the flowers I wanted to give to this week was LeBron James. And I want to thank him for everything he's done for the league, for the world, for his family, for everybody. And I want to tell Jordan fans something. I bought the brand new LeBron James this week, right? His shoes sold out in less than 7 minutes. So I just wanted to say that. And again, LeBron James, I just want to thank you for everything you've done. I mean, this channel is dedicated to you. You know, we talk about basketball and all sorts. This page is dedicated to you. And I really do appreciate everything you've done for the league and for the future of the NBA, not just you. I watched somebody say that what LeBron does, he doesn't just help himself, he helps others. And what MJ was about, he was about him, and that's it. That's why he didn't have as much power around the league as a LeBron does, because LeBron James is not just about him. And how the NBA was in such flux when Jordan retired, and how the NBA is going to be in a better place once LeBron retired. So again, LeBron James, if you get to see this, we're giving you your flowers and thank you for everything you've done for the league and for everybody and for people, period. Thank you.
Indeed, no doubt, man. That's actually a great one by you, John. I can't even front on that. It is surprising that, yes, you did not bring him up for what he does. He does have one of the most strongest social media presence out there because he is the GOAT of basketball. Even though, like I said, the actual Zesty Jeffries can't help themselves. They can't appreciate how great he is, but we do appreciate LeBron James here in GOAT James Kingdom. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the flowers by King John. Great job by you, King John. And as we always told you here in GOAT James Kingdom, LeBron James is the GOAT of basketball. All you can do is sit there and cry like most of you Zesty Jeffries do.
Who knew that him praising LeBron was going to have a shot at Jordan included in it too? That wasn't Zesty Jeffrey moment right there, but that's
if I had a Zesty Jeffrey moment, I had one. I had one.
You're right though, John. Like, I hope that bum does retire. Get him out of here.
Oh my God.
There's going to be a time where there's going to be kids that say LeBron James played against podcasters and gamers and he didn't play no competition. There's going to be a day when that time comes.
They're already saying that now. All the Jordan fans are saying that right now.
And I was like, that is so true.
They're upset. They're like, why is he stepping away from social media? Was y'all really following everything LeBron did on social media? Everything he said?
Yes. I go to my comment earlier. He's accessible. They can watch him literally 24 hours a day if they want.
Yes.
I sent his agent an email, John, trying to get him on here.
So Jordan has a tough mentality by staying away from the media and saying nothing. But when LeBron decides to do it, now all of a sudden it's weak. He's running from.
I have a problem with him stepping away. If that don't mess up his money, he could do what he want. But if that's going to affect, I'm highly advised not to. Because if you get away from social media, damn it, or advertisement you doing, or the things you promote, that stops too.
Oh, that ain't stopping. Somebody running his page. Somebody run this page. That ain't stopping.
They always got people running their page. That's for a fact. But I mean, again, he does have a strong social media presence. So good job by you, King John. He does deserve his flowers because he does represent himself better than any one of us could represent LeBron James, even though we try to do it like we do it best. But again, ladies and gentlemen, y'all know what this is. This is the Sunday show right here on GOAT James Kingdom with B. Lee and A. Johnny. We do this every Sunday, noon Eastern time, where we actually talk the game of basketball, because basketball lives forever right here in GOAT James Kingdom. We're actually excited to watch the games. All of us here can't wait to watch Boston versus Minnesota today, which is going to be a phenomenal game. So let's bring up a panelist here who just decided to join us. Shout out to Ralph. Ralph is one of our great supporters. Appreciate you, Ralph. What's good, man? What you got for us today? And who are you interested in seeing more, the old school players or the new school players?
What's up, big bros? How y'all doing? How y'all Sunday going?
Peace.
The
The mic is yours. Go ahead, brother.
I want to see the new school guys like Shea, Chet. I mean, guys like that. See what they gonna do. Carry this league further. It's time for a new era coming up. Brian, KD, Chris Paul, Westbrook. They did their thing for a long time, man. Since I was a teenager, so I'm a grown man now, 33. So now it's time for the kids. Now to take over, see what they can do. The Ant-Mans, the Maxis, stuff like that. The Evan Mobleys, the D Mitches, the Bookers.
The Evan Mobleys. You said it. The Evan Mobleys. There you go. Tell them.
Yeah, it's their league now, so we gotta see what they can do. The Mellows and all that.
See, LaMelo went off for 50 last night.
Big facts, man. He couldn't get 40, but he got 50 though. So, you know what I mean?
He took 38 shots to do it, but he still did it. That dude is wild.
Shooter.
Yeah. I like Brandon Miller. Brandon's another player I keep an eye on. Obviously, I got him on my fantasy team. But other than having him on my fantasy team, I do pay attention to Brandon Miller.
Yeah,
he went to Alabama, right?
These guys taking the league in the good hands, and the league is in good hands now. You know what I mean? We got the former players that we used to watch, the JJ Reddick's and the stuff like that, being coaches now. So that it's an interesting league. You know what I mean? We grew up on them guys.
Facts.
So the league is in good hands from both fans, the executives too. The James Jones with the Suns and all that. Guys that we watched growing up. So it's, like I said, the league is ushering to more of a players' league now. Soon we're gonna see more player owners. You know what I mean? The league is getting in a good place, man. So I like that.
Player coaches.
That was
players, coaches as well.
Yeah.
So yeah. So hold on, Juan Boy. We're gonna let you up for a second here, Juan Boy. You got Jason Kidd. That's true. Again, the NBA is in good hands. We always tell people that here in GOAT James Kingdom. It's a great product. We like watching the games. There's a lot of great players that you can see. There's a lot of good teams, especially in the West Coast. Obviously, the West Coast is very tough. They got a lot of good stuff going on over there. It's just great basketball. There's a lot of different strategies. You hear it. You see the fans who talk about it on a day-to-day basis. And that's what we're here to do here in GOAT James Kingdom. We're not the only people that talk the game of basketball, but we are one of the best at it. So we appreciate you, Ralph, when you stepping up to the plate. I'm going to send you to the background for a little bit because we got Juan Boy coming up. Any last words, though, before I let you go?
The only thing is about the Jokic situation. Y'all got to stop. Like, he don't cook everybody. He don't cook Bam. He don't cook Embiid, bro. Stop.
Facts. But again, they don't watch the Heat. We know Brandon don't watch the Heat. That's for a fact. We know Brandon don't take his time to watch the Heat, so he just be saying that's a good job.
Center in the league.
Majority beats minority all the time.
Now you kept on that.
People don't make up for the other 27.
You kept on that, Johnny.
I know Bam how good Bam is. Yeah, I know how good Bam is.
AD's versatile on defense, bro. He can guard the perimeter. He just can't do it against Jokic sometimes because his big old.
He don't like to go out there. He don't like to go out there for no reason. Because then he can't do what he likes to do best: recover and block shots. Because that's what he wants to do. He wants to block shots and get the rebound.
Wants to go out on the perimeter.
Man. Anyways, well, we appreciate you, Ralph, man. Thank you so much, brother. I'll send you to the background. And let's let up Juan Boy. Shout out to Juan Boy, who is a GOAT James Kingdom member and supporter of the channel. And let me ask you a question, Juan Boy. Are you court sessions on Facebook as well?
Nah, I ain't got multiple personalities like that. Because somebody must have reposted it as well. So shout out to you. My bad. I didn't mean to do that to you, brother. Shout out to you, Juan Boy. You always support us, man. Thank you for being a member. What you got for us for today, man? Who you look forward to seeing? The GOAT play or seeing guys like Ant-Man or Wemby and them play? I mean, it's a mix of both because they all give us beautiful basketball. Because you got Ant-Man who looked up to KD, went at him last year, but still got the ultimate respect
go overseas with him, learn more, see how good he's shooting from three now. Damn.
He lighting it up. Yeah.
Yeah, but one matchup I want everybody to start watching. I'm not sure how much everybody watched this match, this feud that's been going up between Cade Cunningham and Jalen Green. This is the second time he dunked on them in the last 3 years. I think they taking that number 2 pick personally.
But they only play each other. But they only play each other.
No, that goes back all the way to high school.
Matter of fact,
yeah, it goes all the way back to high school.
Because they was going at it.
Oh, it goes back to high school.
Didn't he smack him in the head running up the court or something like that? They was going back in high school. So, but also one of the
I like both those players though. Mm-hmm.
But
go ahead.
Well, one player I really, really want to see play out because he didn't play when he was the number 1 player at Kentucky was Shaedon Sharpe in Portland. This kid, nobody watches Portland, so they don't really get to see him like that. Like, he's been putting it together, but he's coming back off an injury. So I want to see him. I want to see.
I think they're wasting his talent over there too, man. I don't think Chauncey Billups is doing a good job over there, man. To be honest with you.
Yeah, and it's too much talent to be like who you want. I want to see everybody, old, young. I just want them to hoop. Jonathan Kuminga, you know what I'm saying? Like, he started out like LeBron, more athlete. He's starting to be able to make plays, putting the ball on the floor and hitting open shots. That's going to be wild if he puts it together.
It's all about.
I don't know. The way that was one of the things that I wanted to watch last night, watching the Warriors, was watching their offense more or less. And they run such a ball movement offense that you're never going to see probably the full potential that probably Kuminga could bring us because of just the way they play the game. And everything is predicated on shooting that jumper. So Kuminga's only going to really be able to take advantage by doing backdoor cuts and on transition. As far as when they're running their half-court offense, he's not that great of a three-point shooter, so he's going to be relegated to back cuts and being in the corner. So especially now that they got like Buddy Hill and some of those other guys who can hit the perimeter shot, but they move the ball so well over there, and they do. And the same problem that, like I was saying, Anthony Davis presents against Joker, most teams have against Draymond Green. Because Draymond Green can't shoot, most teams don't play him. They sag off of him, and because of that, you give Draymond Green the court vision to see the whole court. You don't put no ball pressure on Draymond Green, and when he's able to do that, their offense able just run way much more efficiently, and that's it. But then when you do press up on Draymond Green, what you do is create more space for all their shooters. So it's kind of like you in a conundrum, especially with Steph Curry just running around left and right, and you got to worry about him at every turn. So it's just crazy though. Like you said, the game is great.
We did see Anthony Davis completely take Draymond Green out the playoff series and didn't even guard him. And Steph Curry had to play point guard. So, you could give Draymond Green space. You just have to have a game plan.
No, you just got to have that one. I'll give to you. You got to just have Anthony Davis. I'll give you that one, Brandon. You just got to have Anthony Davis. He's the only one that can do it. I'll give you that one, Brandon. I'll give you that one.
It's always been
we all saw it though.
There's always been certain moments throughout Draymond's career where he was a 3-point threat. Then he had the high.
No, he can hit it. Yeah, he'll hit it there and there. But a lot of people like to. They like to sag off of him though. They like to play off of him a little bit to help to cover some space. But that leaves him open because when he has the ball, like I said, the worst thing you want to do with anybody who can pass the ball is give them the space to just look and just dribble wherever they want to.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna kill you. Yeah. They're gonna kill you. That's the worst thing you can do.
Unless you have a versatile defender who could make up for it.
Like Anthony Davis, right? Like Anthony Davis.
Yeah, you have someone to make up for it.
Now before I get anything in it, before I let somebody else go, let y'all go on with move on to someone else. When when AD plays Joker, the only really weakness is that Anthony Davis' strength is inside the paint. He can play on the perimeter, but he has to guard Joker out on the perimeter. So that's going to show the Lakers' defense is going to drop because you got because they're getting backdoor cuts. Look how many backdoor cuts Aaron Gordon and everybody else be getting because AD's out of position. He's made better to move from weak side because he's a natural power forward.
One boy, quick shout out to you because we had a great talk the other day on Facebook and it was a good exchange. Appreciate that.
Oh yeah, ain't no hard feelings, and I see you up there, Craig, trying to be quiet, man. I see you, dog.
Hey, Craig, they missed you last week.
They missed Craig, man. Craig's a star, man.
But Craig got off to a good start today. I just want him to be consistent. That's it.
Be consistent. Be consistent.
He had all great takes today.
What about my segment meant defending LeBron from all these casuals? Like,
well, there ain't gonna be it's never gonna be no defense against Braun, because if you don't like Braun, if you hate on LeBron, then you don't like basketball. LeBron is a basketball player, maybe the most complete one that we've ever seen. And that's just the gist of it. It ain't no, even if it's cold pizza, it's still pizza. I mean, like,
you ain't lying about that. Cold pizza's still gooder than the motherfucker, boy. You still put that motherfucker in the microwave. Go ahead and put it in the microwave. Like they say, give him some steroids, give him some PEDs, and put him on the basketball court. Put him on the basketball court, man. But indeed, man, Juan boy, we see you all over. What happened? What happened, Craig?
You don't put no pizza in the microwave. You're going to be chewing on that dough for the rest of the day.
Yeah, if it's anything but Pizza Hut.
Oh, shit. Pizza Hut is nasty. Oh, my God, man. But, Juan boy, we do appreciate you, man. We see you in our Facebook group. We see you all the time creating great content for us and out there battling people in the comments. Because, they always safe in the comments because they don't got no balls to step up on the mic and do the things that we do here in GOAT James Kingdom. And shout out to you for being a GOAT James Kingdom member. And as usual, as a GOAT James Kingdom member, don't be too shy or too coy to reach out to Brandon and I. You know how to reach us. We're at GOATJamesKingdomShow@gmail.com or GOATJamesKingdom@gmail.com. And we're going to actually have a special Friday night exposure for y'all because we got Black Friday coming up this Friday. So I got a special show, and it's going to be a members-only show. So all GOAT James Kingdom members, be prepared. We're going to have a fun show, and we're going to have some discounts, and we're going to have some purchases being made because we're going to have some fun on Friday night. So I appreciate you, man. Thank you again, brother. Thank you so much, brother.
No problem.
And ladies and gentlemen, we are the GOAT James Kingdom platform. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Don't be afraid to become a member of the channel. You got me, A. Johnny the Exposer, my boy B. Lee. We got Travis, Craig, and John here every Sunday doing what we do best, talking the game of basketball, because that's what we do best. You could be safe in the comments or you can hit the link. We were discussing, the NBA talent of today. And what's more attractive to watch? What are you interested in seeing? The old school players or the new school players? Now, when Brandon introduced this to me, I kind of felt old because he called LeBron, KD, and Steph old school. So if they're old school, Brandon, what is the 1900s? Can you help us understand that, Brandon?
That's ancient. No, but we're just talking about the players today.
Man, but that's something to think about, right? Because when Juan Boy says he's 33, so he was born 91. Man, that makes me think like, wow, you know what I'm saying? Like, he only saw 2000s basketball. That's what I'm saying. When he was 10 years old, 15 years old, it was the 2000s basketball. It was 2006, 2007. He was watching Iverson, Kobe, you know what I mean? Kevin Garnett, Dirk Nowitzki, obviously LeBron, Wade, you know what I mean? Melo. Guys like that was what he was watching. He didn't even get to see Prime Shaq.
Somebody did tell me that I had to be at least 50 to talk about Michael Jordan. So,
well, now I heard that's the new thing now, Brandon, right? Because that's what Ticket tried to throw at me. The fact that because he tried to bring up the idea. Because first he was like, "You got to be too young. How old are you?" Remember, he asked me my age, and I told him when I was 43. Then he flipped it, was like, "Oh, that's even worse because you actually got a chance to see Jordan." Right? And in their mind, you can't compare Mike and LeBron no more unless you actually saw Jordan play. That's their new niche, which is so funny because they don't do that with Mike and other players that they never saw.
Right. They're better than everybody, so but they haven't seen everybody play.
Exactly. So
why did JJ Redick bench LeBron when he's like arguably their best offensive player, he's their best passer, and like one of their better rebounders, and they wouldn't be 10-6. They'd be like 2-12, like without him or whatever. Like, what are you talking about? What a bad
I want to
take.
know what they mean. Lack of effort and the elephant in the room. What does that mean?
Like, are you
I don't
talking
understand
about like he's not like a lockdown defender? Like he's still out there playing defense, like in directing his team towards wins in the toughest
functional
conference.
defense. Y'all want him to be a elite defender? Like what?
Yes.
I mean, if you want to talk
But
about
they don't even know what an
minutia,
elite defender is. Ask them who's an elite defender. That's in the perimeter today. They can't tell you.
there are things you can critique about any player, including LeBron, but just do it intelligently. Just be like, don't be
Okay,
easy.
Grave Money. Tell us, Grave Money, who's an elite defender in today's NBA? Since you said LeBron's not, who doesn't stand around? Who do you like to see play defense? Since you said that LeBron, obviously LeBron don't play, so you don't like watching LeBron play. So we're gonna ask you, who do you like watching play?
He don't know. He only watched LeBron play.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. He watches LeBron play. He don't know anything about anybody else.
They never do.
So obviously they still want to watch LeBron play instead of watch any one of these younger players like David Moore here, who put OG Anunoby, who plays obviously good defense as well. We know OG Anunoby's a good player. Yep, shout out to you, Casual. We all know Jason Tatum plays great defense, right? He put Stephon Castle. I watched Stephon Castle play last night. I don't know how great of a defender he was because playing the Warriors is hard. You really have to hustle against the Warriors. You really can't. Like, there is no standing around versus the Warriors. You really got to run around all over the place, especially if you're playing the point guard and shooting guard position. Somebody here put Tyrese Maxey is the better second option than Kobe. Shots fired. You bugging.
Kobe.
Not in real life.
Yeah, like Brandon say, not in real life.
I found more material for next week.
Right, he was talking about Kobe White.
Oh, look, here go the backtrack. I'm a Braun fan, but he not playing to win. He should retire. I've been a supporter. This is not it. You're obviously not a LeBron fan.
Win. What does that even mean? Not playing to win. I don't understand. People say they're not playing to win.
Look, he's still making mad comments, but still ain't telling us who's the defender he likes watching play defense. Who ain't standing around playing defense in today's NBA. All y'all do is watch LeBron James play.
Okay, so who's Grubman?
That's right, Evan Mobley. You hear them people talking. Evan Mobley's been this year. I'm talking about this year.
Like
who?
Who's in there also going to give you the offensive production brought in is with passable defense and lead the team in every other metric, like except for like rebounds and blocks. Like who's going to do that? LeBron. It's like we've said countless times. It's hard to be like the best two-way player in the league or the best defender and the best scoring option on your team consistently. Like LeBron's defense is fine and like he's a maestro offensively. Like you're asking the impossible. Like how many prime guys were doing this? Like who? Like Larry Bird?
No, what happened to this man?
They can't tell you unless you tell them. You have to tell them who the prime defenders
are. So you got to answer your question with a question.
Yeah, I mean, look what he just said here right now. Look what he just said. Let me go find his little silly comment. Let me see it. Let me see here. Did he erase it? Let me see. Oh yeah, he says right here. He don't try. It's a layup line. So basically, he's saying that teams don't play defense. So nobody plays defense in today's NBA. So why are you holding LeBron to any standard if no one plays defense? If everybody just let LeBron get a layup line, so why is it a problem that LeBron don't play defense if everybody else is just letting them get to the lane?
Because he came
if that's
from
the
an
case.
era when they play real defense.
They're the silliest. That's what I'm saying. That's how you know they don't know how to talk the game of basketball. And that's why we have great GOAT James Kingdom members like Ishmael, who does know how to talk the game of basketball, and who's also part of the younger generation of NBA fans who watch the game via streaming. Because that's what you have to do if you want to watch the games. If you want to watch it, you better find a way to stream it. Whether you do it legally or illegally, streaming is available to you. So shout out to you, Ishmael. Thank you for joining us. We're talking about the players that are the most attractive and most popular to watch. Is it the old school guys or the new school guys? What are the players you like to watch? What do you have? What do you have for us?
I mostly watch the old school guys. Since I'm from the Bay Area, I do watch Steph Curry. I do watch Kevin Durant. I mostly watch the old school guys. The only new school guys that I watch is probably Anthony Edwards, and more because of his attitude and the way that he plays. It kind of resonates with some of how the older players played in the 2000s, like the KGs or something. It's the mentality thing for me, and so I like how his game is played. He's a great player, and that's pretty much. I may not stick around a lot. I'm not saying that the NBA is not great at all, But I just think that I just have more of a connection with watching LeBron, Steph, and KD. The NBA, I think, will be in a better place. Will be in a good place for the next generation. There's some fantastic basketball players, some good basketball. Like I said, I just mostly watch the old school players.
Okay.
You know,
so that means
also, I think it's hard when we just got done watching like the USA team when the three best players was Steph, LeBron, and KD. So it's kind of hard to.
They really were. They really were.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They were like they literally took over. They literally took over while Anthony Edwards was not really. It's like he just wasn't there in order to make some impact when the game was on the line. It's like the old heads really knew what they needed to do in order to take over, and they did that. So it makes it more pleasing to really watch it from knowing that aspect of what happened in the Olympics. So, but like I said, it's not like I'm gonna be a '90s guy where I'm gonna hate on the next generation of basketball or anything like that. Nah, I just feel that I'm more connected to watching the older guys. Basketball still play good. Luka, Anthony Edwards, Jason Tatum, they're all fantastic basketball players.
You sound like you're from the 90s. Fuck.
No.
That was
So since you don't watch too many of the new school players, you can't help this debate between Anthony Davis and Bam Adebayo, can you? Who's the better defender, Bam Adebayo or Anthony Davis? Let us know right now, Ishmael.
Oh my God! Last night at the Discord, I did say some things about Anthony Davis, but I took it back.
You took it back? You let them bully you? I know they were bullying you over there because they're all Anthony Davis guys over there too. I know it. I know they were bullying you.
I did say that he was being soft and all that other stuff, but to be honest with you, he's really playing out of position. He's not a center.
Oh, cry baby shit. Here we go. He's out of position.
He's not a center. He's not a center. He's not. And
Bam's not a center neither, but Bam plays his position and don't cry about it.
Well, it's a mentality thing.
I mean, to be honest with you, Bam is not expected to do much because he's just Bam. Anthony Davis is expected to have 35 and 15. Bam is like 15 and 10. So it's the expectations are a lot higher for Anthony Davis.
Bam's pretty good. I mean, that's true too. But I'm not. Look, I've been watching a lot of Lakers games. I've been watching. I watched a lot last year, and I've been watching almost every game this year. Even when I'm at work or in class or something like that. But when I do watch, AD just doesn't have the mentality of a center. It's not just about the size. He doesn't really have the size because he's about the same size as LeBron James, if you think about it. But he doesn't. Yeah, he's like.
I thought AD isn't he 6'10", 6'11"?
Yeah, he's 6'10", but he's long. He's a long 6'10".
Right.
6'10",
yeah. He's about the same size.
He has a longer wingspan than LeBron for sure.
Yes.
Definitely has a longer wingspan.
But they're about the same size. LeBron might actually be bigger than AD, to be honest with you.
No, he's not. He's not bigger than AD, but
if AD's only 260, 270, and LeBron's 260, 270, but a couple of inches shorter.
He's like 1 inch shorter.
Shouldn't LeBron be? I mean, like just bigger in stature and just in general? No.
No, LeBron is like 1 inch shorter than Anthony Davis, bro. They weigh about the same. So it's
Anthony Davis, he's definitely bigger than LeBron. If you see them side by side, Anthony Davis bigger than LeBron.
Anthony Davis definitely got bigger. He definitely got bigger throughout the years. He definitely when he came in, he was scrawny.
Correctly, because they say they looks like they're about the same. So I don't know, because LeBron might carry more muscle mass. So
they say AD's 250. AD's 250.
Yeah, they're about the same weight. The thing is that it's not even just that. Sometimes it's not always size; it's a mentality thing. AD don't have the mentality of a center. He gets pumped when it comes to like real physical centers. You watch the games. You got to be able to uphold the intangibles. Like he may have the stats, and people say he's one of the greatest centers in the league. That don't mean nothing for the Lakers at the end of the day. You need somebody to go down there and grab rebounds to be physical because AD has too much responsibility. Like he is a great scorer, he can rebound, but when he's getting pushed off and taken out of his spots, and when he's playing physical against guys like Andre Drummond, Jarrett Allen, Sabonis,
Sabonis stay kicking his ass. Don't bring up Sabonis.
Yes, Sabonis, or other. What's the center from the Magics? Like when he's handling against guys that are really physical and real centers, We don't care that he's playing against centers that ain't really about it like that. We talking about guys that are really centers that you got to handle like that. And it's not a good thing because you don't want your best player in terms of production and impact on the court to be able to deal with all that responsibilities and blows, because it takes the momentum out of the game. It drains him mentally, and it changes the momentum out of the game. So that's why you need a center. AD it's been like this like since I've been watching the Lakers as much as I have since last year, and it's just the same old bullshit.
I got an answer. I got an answer. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I got the answer for the Denver Nuggets. It's real simple. You put LeBron on Joker. That's it. You have no other answers. You have no other things that you can do. You put LeBron on Joker and left LeBron play Joker and leave it at that.
It's not even about, bro. It's not about Joker though. Hey Johnny, it's not even. Look, LeBron could probably he can guard Joker, but you're not gonna really have. He's needed for other responsibilities like facilitating for the team and scoring and whatnot.
Yeah, this is not a video game. You just can't put LeBron on Jokic and think you're gonna win. Like Jokic does a lot of things that Anthony Davis can't even stop. So how is LeBron going to stop it?
I think that LeBron can be effective on Joker, and I'm not saying he's going to.
He's going to affect the whole thing. He's going to affect Joker. He's going to Joker. Yes, he is in the fourth quarter, because that's when the Lakers lose. They don't lose the game in the first and second quarter. You got to put LeBron there. Then they start losing in the second half, and especially in the fourth quarter, where they lose it.
Last 5 minutes of the game.
Last night it was before that. But it's something about the Nuggets. No, it's something about what the Nuggets do on a consistent basis or on a good basis that the Lakers just can't stop. So when it gets down to the nitty gritty, they put the right five on the floor, and the Lakers cannot stop them. For some reason, Jamal Murray plays better. Michael Porter Jr. plays better. Aaron Gordon plays better. They all seem to everything that they seem to do best seems to work well versus the Lakers. And I think that if you put LeBron on him in those moments, just like they did in the USA Olympics, he can detain and contain Joker to the point to where those guys are not going to get their shots. It's going to be tougher for those guys because Joker makes it easier for everybody else on his team. So you have to some way find a way to contain Joker. Let him score, because him scoring, that's not what he wants to do. He doesn't want to score. He wants to pass the ball.
And that's what you got to make in the post in the Olympics. So when he's playing,
I know that, and LeBron was sticking him there, and LeBron was guarding him.
Doing that in the NBA, he's not going to be strictly in the post. Like LeBron could easily front Jokic on the post and not let him get the ball, but Jokic is not going to do that on the Nuggets.
That's what I'm saying. But that way you have LeBron on him on the perimeter, and guess where you got Anthony Davis protecting the paint like y'all want him to be. It's gonna be better that way for them.
Hey Johnny, it's not that simple, because the Lakers, he was able to do that because the USA team had other players that can contribute. The Lakers don't have that. They don't have a facilitator. They don't have the facilitator. They don't have another prominent.
I agree. They don't have Anthony Edwards on the floor.
And LeBron is not going to do that through the entirety of the second half because of the responsibilities he's needed for. So, and it's not just Jokic. I'm saying that even for AD, I know the Denver Nuggets have this thing over the Lakers, but it's not just Jokic. AD is being dominated, or he's being punked by centers, guys with the mentality to go and bang in the paint, to get boards, to play physical. You don't want that on AD. That drains him mentally. That takes the momentum out of the game. You got situations where, like Orlando, out rebounds you by a large margin. A center, no-name centers that just pretty much do what they want with him in the paint. You need a big body. You need somebody that can be effective so AD can focus on other factors as being a great power forward.
Damn, that don't sound like the Anthony Davis Brandon was explaining earlier today. But we got Low in the building. Shout out.
I mean, he's just saying stupid shit like getting punked. Nobody's punking Anthony Davis. He's just playing out of position. Like I've been saying, he's not a banker. You saying he's out there getting punked by everybody? He's getting punked by no damn body. He's just out of place. Like that's like saying LeBron James is constantly getting punked by Jokic because he's getting rebound. No, he's just not as big as Jokic. He's not getting punked out no Jokic.
Listen, I keep telling y'all be sleeping on Joker, man. Joker does it all, man. Joker does everything.
He's averaging 30, 10, and 10. What the hell are you guys talking about? He played one game.
I'm talking about even on the defensive side. I'm talking about even on the defensive side. He does everything.
He does it versus everybody. He's averaging 30, 10, and 10 and shooting 60% from the three-point line. Why you guys acting like this is the first time he did this last game? I don't understand it. Like, have y'all been watching the NBA at all the last 4 years?
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
The last 4 years, no one watched the NBA.
That's not what I'm
We
saying.
do. We do know. Listen, we do know somebody that does watch the NBA and he does do playback and he watches the game live and you're able to watch him live. Is a legend of winning. We do have Lo in the building. Shout out to you, Lo. Thank you for joining us again on another great Sunday afternoon. You hear what we talking, brother? What do you got for us? You're a Laker fan. You watch them play all the time. What do you think of our conversation?
Hopefully, my background isn't too bad. But this idea that AD mentality is bad is it's a terrible narrative. It's just a horrible narrative. There's no way that somebody can average 12 to 13 rebounds for the past 2 years and he gets punked by everybody on the boards. That makes absolutely no sense.
Because they don't watch the game.
0 sense.
That's not what I said. I watch the games, bro. That's not what
You say he's constantly getting punked by all the big guys because he's a power forward. He's not a big body center.
It ain't about this.
And he's averaging more rebounds than those guys you're talking about. He's averaging more blocks than you guys you're talking about.
But Lo could agree to this. Hold on, babe. But Lo could agree to this. Lo, what are the things that we can point out to when we see Anthony Davis have these deficiencies when he's playing like a Joker or a Sabonis or these big centers where it seems like he doesn't have that dominance like he does on other nights?
It depends on the center. So like when he goes against Nurkic and he doesn't out-rebound Nurkic, 9 times out of 10 it's because they're asking him to guard like KD on the perimeter because they have him switching way too often. So he can't grab boards. The same thing happened last night. Like the reason why they went loose in the third quarter is because Jokic was pulling him out of the paint and they were just like backdoor cuts or curls that if he helps on and he switches, then Jokic is going to be on a smaller defender or guard. But AD is pulled from the paint way too often. He's being asked to do way too much. AD's being asked to defend on the perimeter, switch and help out, rotate over, and you're trying to figure out why he doesn't grab as many rebounds as centers who just stay in the lane all day. That's a dumb take. That's just a dumb take. He
is not Drummond.
He still averages 12 to 13 rebounds on a game-to-game basis. He still does that.
No, he does. He still hits the boards. But I'm saying when he plays against Sabonis and he plays against players like Rudy Gobert, Karl Anthony Towns, and some of these other centers. Go ahead, Ishmael.
How you use that he averaged more rebounds and all this other stuff the last 2 years, but then make the excuse that because he's pulled out into the perimeter he can't grab boards. That makes no sense.
No one's saying that he can't grab boards. He can't do everything on the court.
That's my point.
He cannot stop everybody from scoring when he's doing everything.
That's my point.
He's easily the best defensive player on the team.
I'm saying that he doesn't have the mentality of a real center. That's what I'm saying. Every time that he goes up, the physicality.
What center guards everybody? What are you talking about?
Bam Adebayo. Bam Adebayo.
Bam don't either. But what center are you talking about that guards everybody? Mentality of a center who guards the point guard, small. What center is this?
I'm not taking that away from Shaq in his ability to do so. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that in situations where AD is headed against rebounders, especially that are scrappy and physical, he has a hard time, and it affects the momentum of the game with the Lakers. That's literally what happens. That's why he can't play. He's not a center. And he's playing out of position. That is my point in the first place. They're literally physical. You watch him against Andre Drummond, he's like being physically dominant against AD.
Yeah, most people get out. Most people get out rebounded by Drummond. Like I don't like you.
What are you?
Best rebounders in the game.
Not, dude.
No. I get
this to everybody.
I get what both of y'all are saying. I get what both of y'all are saying. Yeah, because those guys are great rebounders, so you can't hold it against AD that they out rebound them. But But to go with Ishmael, it seems like when he's playing. No, it seems like when he plays them. Well, AD had 10 rebounds yesterday, right? He had 10 rebounds yesterday, right? He didn't have a lot of rebounds. He didn't have a lot of points. So
but if AD is on because in the second half. What he started to do is pull AD out the paint because Jokic was at the top of the key. And they were either running curls with DHL curls with MPJ or they were just getting backdoor cuts over and over and over again. How can AD be on the perimeter guarding Jokic while he's either DHOing or taking shots while also running down and crashing rebounds? He has to do both.
No, but that's what I was saying. No, I got what you're saying, but that's what I was saying. That's the problem, and that's the thorn in the Lakers' side.
So it's not really
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But that's why they're losing.
By Jokic.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
Out-rebounded by Jokic.
No, but this is the thing. This is the thing. No, but this is the thing. Guys like Rudy Gobert, Wemby, Bam are more comfortable. Evan Mobley are more comfortable playing that perimeter possession when AD's really not that comfortable in it. That's a part of the mentality that Ishmael is saying, that when you have to
playing what the perimeter.
Yeah, when you have to like Lois saying, when you have to draw Anthony Davis outside of the paint and make him guard outside of 15 feet and play in the perimeter more like he has to do when he plays someone like a Joker, he's not that effective. And it's like he said, he has more responsibility now. He has to do so much because, like you said, Brandon,
that doesn't make any sense.
That does make sense.
You're pulling your best interior defender to the perimeter. How is that Anthony Davis' fault that his team is constantly getting backdoors?
That's a Johnny going with this narrative that AD is not a good perimeter defender. That's not what I'm saying.
I didn't say he's not good. I said he's not as good as Wemby. He's not as good as the other guys I mentioned. That's what I'm saying.
Doesn't make any sense. His teammates, Anthony Davis has nothing to do when Austin Reeves gets backdoor for a layup. Nothing on Anthony Davis. That's
yes, you can stop. You can play you can play the passing lane. Have better active hands. He doesn't have that.
But how can you play the passing lanes when Jokic is the one at the top of the key making the pass?
He doesn't have active hands. His hands is not active enough. He doesn't prevent Joker.
How can you?
Okay, let Lo ask the question.
How can you play the passing lanes when the person that you are defending is the one making the passes?
That's what I'm trying to explain to you, by pressing the ball, the guy with the ball, by pressing him. That you can't just let Joker sit there and pass.
So
you have to get up on him. You have to.
Why hasn't no one stopped Jokic yet in the last 5 years?
It's again, we've seen players slow Jokic down. They're not winning every game. They beat the Lakers all the time.
Which player stops Jokic? Which one player?
I didn't say stop. I said we've seen people slow the Nuggets down. Slow down.
Which player?
First of all, I seen Bam do it. Bam does it. I've seen Bam do it.
I want everyone to go check what Jokic did in the finals against Bam.
Yes, Joker. I didn't say he stopped him. I said he slows him down. He's also slow.
What he did against. Go see.
I did. What you mean? You know I watch my Heat. You know if anything I watch my Heat. No, you know I watch my Heat.
He won in 5
He averaged what? 26, 12, and like 8.
Hold on. Jesus.
It's not even the point about Jokic. That's not even my point.
No, it's about running the offense. Again, it's about disrupting a team's offense, because Joker by himself is not going to kill you. It's the fact that you're allowing him to make those passes from the top of the key. You have to get up on him. You can't let a great passer just see the floor. And Anthony Davis,
literally have to create a new human to stop that. Just so you know that.
It's not about stop.
We have to create a new human in the lab to stop that. That's the only way.
Jokic averaged 30, 14, and 7 in the finals. Not no 20.
Okay, so I was off. I was off on the points.
You was off on everything. Stop lying about Bam.
That's not off. That's not off.
No one talking about Bam. Stop lying about him, please.
What does he do? What does he do against the Lakers? He dominated. The Lakers have won one out of the last 10 games versus them.
Johnny, you know what? Johnny, you know what's so crazy? In that postseason run, his worst series was against the Lakers. What are you talking about?
What, when they swept the Lakers?
Yes, his worst series was against the Lakers. Yes,
and that was because of Anthony Davis.
I want to be clear. There is not one player that is going to stop or slow down Jokic. Everyone defends him with multiple bodies. There is not one player, because even if you have a really great defender on him, he's just going to take the defender out of the lane, run DHOs, or spot up and completely demolish any value any rim protecting, rebounding big may have, because they're going to be on the perimeter. So in terms of Jokic, there is nobody. In terms of Sabonis, it's the same thing. They run DHOs. So you're asking AD to guard someone on the perimeter as they run DHOs, and if he doesn't step up, then players like Herder and Keegan Murray are coming off of curls and kick downs, and they're going to be knocking down shots. So then when that happens, AD is now forced to switch on Keegan Murray, which now means that Sabonis is at rebounding position, or a bunch of players are at the rebounding position. The problem is that there's not enough athletes on the Lakers, so AD has to defend the side and also come on the perimeter and rotate over and help, which puts him out of rebounding position. That's the problem.
And also, the last 2 years, it's been Jamal Murray beating the Lakers. The last 2 years in the postseason, it's been Jamal Murray.
What does that have to do with him?
I've been watching the Denver Nuggets dominate them.
What does that have to do with?
It's not even it's not the rebounding. It's the fact that Anthony Davis doesn't put enough pressure on Joker on both sides of the floor. He just doesn't do it enough.
I agree that when it comes to like Jokic and him like being more aggressive on him, like last year in the playoffs when we went 5 with them, he put a lot of pressure on him in that series. But majority of the time he doesn't. But this idea that like he's afraid he gets punked by bigger bodies. Most of the bigger bodies that you're referencing, not a Johnny, the other gentleman, that you're referencing, bro, they're on teams where he just has to switch more. AD has to switch on Keegan Murray. He has to switch on KD. He has to, when we played Zubac last year, he was switching on Kawhi. He was switching on Paul George. He switches on wings because we don't have anybody. We don't have enough athletes on the perimeter to defend their actual position. So we're just hoping that he switches and then LeBron or Rui can crash on the boards while he switches on the perimeter.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I understand what you're saying. That's not what I was saying. I'm talking about just basically an intangible aspect, a physicality aspect. It's not even just the rebounds itself. It's the fact that AD is just playing out of position. His mentality is not based on the center. He has a lot of responsibilities, which I agree, which is scoring, his production-wise, and his impact on defense. And I don't see that. I think that can affect him as a player and change the momentum of the game when you try to when he has to deal with the physicality of a lot of these centers who are made to be that way. He's not necessarily made to be that way. That was my premise. I'm not saying that AD is soft just because I'm saying his mentality is not there to play that position.
So how is he averaging 30 right now?
That does
he got the GOAT because he got the GOAT with him.
It's not about box score stats, my guy. It's not just about he's a great offensive player. He's a great scorer. Okay, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that you don't want your player he's not a true center. You don't want your true center to be able to, the fact that you don't want your best player who's a scorer, who's not a true center, like say Jokic, just for example, right? Who deals with the physicality and can score at the same time. That's not AD. That's what I'm saying on that situation. I'm not saying that he's not.
He can't be Joker though. Nobody can be Joker.
It's just it's the words you are using, Ismael. It's the words you are using.
I know that. I know that's an extreme example. That's one of the best examples that can use. I know that he's not in the lead or all that other stuff. I'm saying they are true to their position as centers and great scorers. AD is not. He's cool.
It's not even. It's the word you're saying. He's getting punked. He doesn't have the mentality. He's getting pushed around, but he's averaging 30-12 with 2 blocks. It's the words you are using.
Okay, my bad. I'll reframe my words. He's not getting punked. I just think he doesn't have the mentality to be a center. Okay, he doesn't. He's not trying to.
He doesn't have the mentality, or he doesn't have the frame to be a center.
Both. It's both.
He has the frame. He doesn't have the mentality.
It's both because there are guys that are small that can be small or just the same size or same frame as him, and they can be. They have mentality.
Name 5 of them.
Name 5? I mean,
name 5 players who have a similar frame or smaller.
That's not the point. That's not that literally has.
You just sat there and said there are plenty of players. You said that.
I didn't say there were plenty of players. I said there are players. There can be. So
name me 2 of them. Name me 2 of them. Name me 2.
Bam Adebayo, I guess, and then that one boy from
Don't
bring up Bam because they don't like Bam. Bam's the dude.
We all know the argument around Bam is a lie, so that's what it is.
Okay, but fine. We'll say Bam, the man who averages 0 points.
That's not the point, my guy. That's not my point.
The man who averages fewer points takes more jump shots. So he's not like he's getting down low and banging down low with a bunch of bigs.
That has nothing to do with what I'm saying on offense. That's offense. You're purely talking about
Yeah,
offense.
well, he averaged fewer defensive rebounds and fewer blocks. Is that better?
God, bro, that ain't got nothing to do with the
fine. Bam, and who else?
Oh my God, that has nothing to do with it. It's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. Like, you're not listening.
So it's Bam and who else?
No, bro. Listen, I'm not gonna. That's not the point, bro. You're not hearing me. Okay.
That kind of is the point. That is kind of the point.
No, it's not kind of the point. You're not understanding what I'm saying. I'm talking about in terms of an intangible. When you watch the game and you talk about dealing with the physicality, AD is not that kind of a player. He's a great scorer, but you need other players to deal with that. In order, in case the situations like the momentum of the game changes, because there are guys out there that are rebounding him that have that ability. You don't want that on your player. That is clearly what I'm saying. You don't want that.
You just need a better defensive team. That's all. That's just what you're saying.
I think the Lakers need a better defensive strategy. I think they need a better defensive strategy.
Or that, one of the two.
Let me ask you this, Lo. Did you watch the Denver Nuggets and Dallas game earlier this week?
Yes.
Did you see how Dallas was playing against him? Even though Joker still had a good game, but did you see how lively was? Even though he got in foul trouble as well, right? Because that's what it takes.
That's the problem, is that you then run the risk of just
getting in
foul trouble because Lively and Gafford, and that's nothing.
They're not going to score. You're not asking Lively and you're not going to.
No, I agree, but my point is that you see how physical they were with Joker though. You see how they were moving him out of his spots. They were pushing him further away from his positions and things of that nature.
But the problem is that they have more bigs. Like right now, Jackson Hayes,
the Lakers don't have that.
Big.
That's the point. That's literally the freaking point. You didn't understand. That's the point.
You didn't make that point, Ishmael. You did not make that point at all. You didn't make that point at all.
Your argument.
Oh wait, let Lo get it right quick. Let Lo Ishmael. Let Lo respond. Go ahead.
Your argument wasn't that he can't throw his body around because he doesn't have another body next to him to get away with extra fouls.
I said he's playing out of position. I literally said that.
You can argue that Gafford is also playing out of position as well, but the reason why he's willing to be more physical is because he has another big that they can rotate in, so he can give all 5 to 6 fouls. AD cannot risk.
They got PJ Washington
because there aren't no other.
Yeah, he can't. No, okay, so all right, so what Brandon and Lo is basically saying is that AD does have the ability to be that physical, but because the Lakers are so deficient defensively as far as having any perimeter defenders, having any other bigs to help support him, basically Anthony Davis is strapped. He can't do everything on the court. He can't give you the 30 points per game plus the 12 rebounds and go out there and be physical with
Johnny, do not repeat what I said earlier when you completely disregarded it earlier.
Of course I disregard it because I watch Bam Adebayo, but now the only thing I can say for you is that Bam Adebayo is not aggressive on offense. I wish Bam was as aggressive on offense as he is on defense, or as aggressive as Anthony Davis is on offense, but he's just not. He just doesn't play that aggressive, but he does dominate the defensive side of the ball. He can play physical. We don't need a backup center in Miami. We don't need great defenders in Miami. We just got Bam. But mind you, no, I know, but we rarely play him, which I find weird. We should play him more.
I
right?
find that weird as well. I find it
but again, I just think Anthony Davis is obviously a better player than Bam Adebayo overall, especially this season. But I think Bam is the better defender. But Bam hasn't been that defender this year. The only people I put in front of Anthony Davis defensively, as far as a big man this year, is Evan Mobley, Wemby, and Joker. After that, I don't really can't have. Even Gobert's not playing that great.
You're tripping on your game, but Evan Mobley is
Low. I don't know what people be seeing. Low. Joker plays great defense, bro. Low.
I'm not saying he's a bad defender, but he's not better than.
But you got to also remember, Evan Mobley is benefiting from playing alongside Jared Allen, who's a great defender.
I got you. That's true. The Lakers don't have. They do have Jackson Hayes though. They do got Jackson Hayes though.
But he's out for the last. He's softer than AD.
Oh, Jackson Hayes is hurt. Oh my God, Jackson Hayes stay hurt.
All the players you listed, Anthony Davis better than him.
No, let's get out of here.
Johnny. So wait, also AD was giving Joker like 30 and 15 on 63% shooting in like that series last year. So he was making work.
AD is a great offensive player.
Perfect. He scored like 30,
bro.
He scored 30 in like 4 to 5 games.
Ain't nobody saying AD not a great
when he got hurt.
He was making it work on both ends, dude. Like that's why that's the only reason Lakers were in those games.
I know Jamal Murray hit 2 jumpers in his mouth.
Yes,
he gave Jamal Murray the whole side of the floor, which was bad defense by Anthony Davis.
Because he's guarding everybody. They
knew that switch was going to happen. They knew that. Murray knew he was going to get that switch. He knew he was going to get that spot. He knew Anthony Davis couldn't stop him. He knew it.
And that's why I agree with you, John.
Well, LeBron ain't guarding.
I agree with you, John.
Like a tough jumper over him, like.
They knew that shit.
They concede on those switches way too often. Way too often. Like way too often.
The Lakers are. I just find it weird because there's times I watch Anthony Davis and I'm not gonna lie. I be like, damn, I be wrong as hell about Anthony Davis. There be times I be like, damn, this dude is serious. But then you see things like but then you see things like last night, and it happens against like Ishmael said, against the centers that are very versatile, that can play either inside or outside. And it just seems like when he has to do both, when he doesn't have to just sit around and block the paint and do his cuts to the rim and his pick and rolls to the rim and hit his little pop jumpers, he's out of touch with what's going on, and that's the only thing I don't see. Like that's the thing that bothers me about Anthony Davis. It's like you got everything.
What you talking about? He's out of touch with what? Like
he was like I don't know.
Explain that.
I don't know if Detroit plays the same. What Lowe was saying, the same system that like the Kings does with Sabonis and the Denver Nuggets.
Jalen Durant is a physical center.
But Detroit,
Jalen Durant is good.
He's a beast for real.
But he's not an offensive threat. But he's a very active center. He's gonna bang, and he can set a lot of screens.
Stewart is gonna bang.
I'm about to say it was the fact that they have Durant and Stewart who are going to go out there and rebound, and then you're asking AD also to guard Cade at times because nobody else is guarding Cade because LeBron isn't going to guard Cade, and then we'll have smaller guards guarding Cade. So anytime there was a switch or they set a screen, it will best benefit everything that was going on if AD could guard Cade. But that's not the reason we lost that game because Ivy started to get off.
Ivy went
Ivy was
we didn't have
killing
nobody
it.
to guard nobody.
He's too fast.
The problem is that even if AD is in proper position, any action we're conceding switches way too often. And so even if AD does a good job on the perimeter, they'll just kick it to somebody else, and then somebody else will get torched. And now AD's not backline help anymore. And they're just like, all right, then now we're just getting the other team's getting easy.
Yeah, you don't have Caruso no more. You don't have KC.
I mean, y'all picking out the few games that the Lakers lost and saying this is why Anthony Davis is not good. Like the whole team had a bad game, and y'all blamed everything on Anthony Davis.
Nobody's saying that, B-Lee. Nobody's saying that.
That's exactly what y'all saying. You talking the 2 games that they didn't play well in is Anthony Davis' fault. When no one played well in it, LeBron played terrible in both those games.
Even against Detroit, Jalen Durant was being more physical than freaking AD as well. He out rebounding.
He's bigger than him.
No, it's not.
That's the point.
He was being more physical against who though? Was it AD or was AD having to jump in your test and then Durant and Stewart they don't have to jump and they can just grab the offensive rebound and go back up with it? Bro, I promise you, majority of the time, AD is not in position to grab the rebound because he's either on the perimeter or he's rotating over to send help because somebody else blew an assignment.
Which one is it? Is it because he's not in position or is it because of the names of the players? So it's like,
he's helping out everybody.
Wait a minute now. Gaining possession though. Gaining possession is a part of knowing your angles, knowing the spot of the floor, knowing how to be physical at certain spots. Because this is my thing, Lo. That's what I was telling these guys earlier. It's even on offense, because that's what Jalen Durant was doing, was pushing Anthony Davis away from the rim on offense. Because once you put Anthony Davis and make him a perimeter guy on both sides of the floor, he's not that effective. He's definitely one of the greatest finishers in the league. You can throw lobs to him. You can give him the ball very close to the paint. He can finish very well. Left shoulder, right shoulder, whether he's spinning off of, whether he's fronting you or even spinning with, on posting up. But when you make him play more perimeter on both sides of the floor, he's just less effective.
Big man. Come on. That's any big man. Come on now. What big man are you that's going to have on the perimeter that's going to average 30 and 15? Name one. Name one.
I gotta dip out.
Peace out.
Where the logo? I was to say, Lil, I'm a big fan.
AD will be even a better player if they had a center, bro.
Good luck, Israel, but Bailey, I agree. And this AD hate's got to stop.
Nobody's hating on him. I'm not hating on him, bro.
Y'all love Anthony Davis too much for me, man.
I mean, it's not about love. It's about just seeing the game and knowing how bad the Lakers are and what Anthony Davis is doing.
They're not really that bad, though.
You acting
like
you acting like there's other big men who are perimeter players who are dominating on offensively and defensively. What are these players? Who are these players?
This year, there's not too many this year. Bam, I ain't gonna lie, not Bam. Wemby is one. Wemby and Joker is one.
He would not play well. And I said, what perimeter 4 or 5s that you see who are playing well, averaging 30 and 12 offensively and defensively, they're just strictly on the perimeter. There's none.
Yeah,
unless you want to say Jokic.
Yeah, but you act like you act like Anthony Davis been doing this forever. You think Anthony Davis gonna average 30 for the rest of the season?
Who's averaging 25 and 10? A big man on the perimeter.
Carl Anthony Towns does it all the time. That's one guy we can bring up.
What? Defensively?
No, we're talking about a perimeter. No, I'm just talking about perimeter wise.
No,
being the guy.
He's asking what big has the responsibility to be 25 and 10 and also be a great defender.
And be a great defender?
Maybe AD and
wait. Are we asking AD to be a great defender, or he has the ability and the talents to be a great defender? We just expect him to be.
Ask him because there's nobody else on the team you can ask to be a great defender. What are you talking about?
I mean, technically, the Knicks are asking Karl Anthony Towns. Does he have the abilities? No, he does not. He doesn't. He doesn't have the ability though. He doesn't have Anthony Davis's ability. That I give to you. Yes, he's definitely not Anthony Davis on defensive side. That I give to you. But they do pull him out as well. But you Karl Anthony Towns is better in the perimeter than in the post. So you understand what I'm trying to say? So offensively, you have to worry about Karl Anthony Towns in the perimeter. That's why the Denver Nuggets are completely destroying the Lakers, because Anthony Davis is not a really true threat on the perimeter. So LeBron doesn't have the paint because Joker's there. But when
Anthony Davis be up? Nothing. No, I'm not going to talk about the perimeter more.
We can never give Anthony Davis no kind of responsibility to play today's NBA's game, because that's what big men need to do. They need to be like Wagner was the other day and hit that dagger 3 in your mouth off the dribble. You got to be able to do that as a big man. Nobody respects you if you just a big man. Wagner's a big man.
Wagner is more of a perimeter-oriented player anyway. But
that's what you have to be. But that's what you got. That's what you got to be. You got to be Wemby. That's it, bro. You got to be Joker.
He's 6'10" too.
But Wemby is like wasting possession shooting the amount of threes he's shooting, because he's not even making them at the rate that he should be making them.
He's kind of bad at it. I no problem though.
I got my real quick, but I want to tell you the only thing with AD is that, bro, before people criticize him, just please understand that quite literally after AD, the most athletic player on the Lakers is a 40-year-old LeBron. There aren't enough athletes and defenders on the team, bro. So when y'all be sitting here saying like, oh, he can't be like Evan Mobley, it's like, yeah, because you don't have Jared Allen next to him. Oh, he can't be like this. He can't be as good as Jokic and sound as like grabbing rebounds. Yeah, because he has Aaron Gordon next to him. Most of these
Michael Porter Jr.
Most of these bigs have length and athleticism next to them, so they don't have to make the same level of commitments away from the basket that AD has. I agree that Bam is also unique in this circumstance, and I give all the praise to Bam, because I do think Bam is very underrated. But like saying that it's a mentality thing, and then you're using bigs who have multiple bodies, who have the ability to be physical. Because if Lively gets in foul trouble, well, Gafford just comes in. So that's another big. If AD gets in foul trouble, at best, it might be Jackson Hayes. But even he's been out. So it's going to be Colo. A rookie is going to be out there, bro. They don't have an option.
No, I got you. I honestly do think that, yes, Anthony Davis does have to be the best offensive player on the team and the best defensive player on the team. So he does have more responsibilities than any other of the guys we do mention. Except for Bam. Bam needs to step up. Bam needs to stop playing like a bitch, and he needs to start taking his shots.
I want to ask Lo a question. So you're saying because AD, he can't go full whatever mentality, physicality, and all that stuff because he can't foul out? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, he can't get in foul trouble. No, he can't. He can't.
He can't be in foul trouble.
Not only more
He's too valuable for the team, offensive and defensively.
I agree. I understand that.
We
You're
need
saying
him to defend. We need AD to defend and score at an elite level. And
yeah, no, he can't. He can't afford to take little ticky-tack fouls, playing a little too aggressive. Because again, if he gets in foul trouble, it really does hurt them. That I would agree with. But he has to find a way to find a medium ground between being physical enough to affect the game and not being too physical to where he doesn't get in foul trouble. But they'll figure it out, I guess. Hopefully so.
They need a trade. They gotta get a trade.
Let me ask you a question before you go, Lo. Do you think Colin Sexton would help the Lakers?
Not really. I'm not saying he's a bad player. I just for what the Lakers need. They don't need another guard. They need length. They need a wing or like a more athletic power forward to put next to AD. Like on Rui, as good as he's looked with his 3-point shooting, they need like somebody who's just more physical and like rebound, help him out on the boards. They don't need somebody who's like a smaller guard. I
got him because Colin Sexton I think is a good defender. I would think that would help them.
He'd be a better defender.
Then you know because Rui, as good as Rui's been, you're right. But for some reason I don't know why Rui doesn't show. Like it's either one day he plays good defensively and he's not good offensively. Then he's good offensively, but then his defense is not there. He never seems to find a way to put it together, man. As much I like Rui. Rui is really good, man. So,
I like him too, but I accept it for who he is. He's just not. He's not.
Yeah, he's not that. He's not that
guy. He's just not that guy.
He's just not that guy. All right, be safe, Lo, man. Be safe in those streets. Thanks, Lo. We appreciate you, brother. Again, y'all know who that is. That's Legend of Winning. Thank you for joining us again. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much.
I mean,
so
he made a lot of points. He made some sense on that, but I just don't see that should be an excuse why, because he can't foul out. He can't be an aggressive basketball. He can't be aggressive enough in order to fight in the paint with other centers. I don't.
You don't understand.
He fights, but he fights. I agree with you. He just gives up. He just gives up a little bit too easy. I ain't gonna lie. He gives up.
So, I can't foul you, so just get the rebound because I don't have another big body. Like that's not how basketball is operated. Like,
it is how basketball.
Yeah, but
your responsibility is if I'm not on the court, it's no backup to me, none.
Yeah, I understand.
No example of me on this team anywhere. There's no example. There's no. This is what we could do to replace Anthony Davis. It's nothing on the Lakers that. There's no.
I mean, you can make that argument. You can make that argument for other players that don't have backups. And I know people are going to say, "Well, Jokic is an anomaly. You can't do that." But he does it. He plays physical without having a backup center. Joel Embiid will play physical without having a backup center, right? So it's like it's not. Like you can point out in the NBA where
DeAndre Jordan. So
you got DeAndre Jordan as a backup center.
Oh my God, DeAndre Jordan, bro. He don't even get playing time like that. Come on now, y'all know this, bro.
But he's better than the Lakers backup.
I mean, we talking about real backup players for these players. Anthony Davis has no backup player for him. Period.
I agree with you on that. But just to say because Anthony Davis won't be aggressive because he doesn't have the flexibility because he may be in foul trouble and he's very needed for the Lakers. I don't really fully agree with that. I understand that the foul trouble can cause issues for the Lakers. Anthony Davis does it, but I just because other players are able to do it as well, right? And Anthony Davis is a great player, so that just doesn't. Add up to
when you anybody say others are able to do it. I like examples of what you're talking about.
Let me give him an example.
Go ahead, Juan Boy. Give me an example. Who you got?
All right. Now, if you're going up against, I'm like, look at Jaren Jackson. He's a little bit more of a hybrid too, because he can bang and he can also hit perimeter shots. He's not as strong in the paint as Joker is. He's not. AD's going to have more trouble with the guys that are going to throw their show. Look at even Giannis knocks him off up his spot sometimes. But but then he give Giannis like 44 last year or something like that. Anyway, though, but he's not as physically imposing as Joker is. As even with his athleticism, he's strong. He's going to dominate guys like Porzingis. Porzingis is not a physical center, even with his 7'3" height. Nor is Rudy Gobert isn't as strong as Joker. Joker be using Rudy Gobert. Embiid is more imposing. Embiid and Joker are the most imposing centers, and AD's not going to be able to bang with either one of them.
I mean,
He can do that with an Alfred Şengün, a Miles Turner, or Nick Richards. He's more strong. He's stronger than them. But Joker and AD and Embiid, he's not gonna bully them. The best thing he could do is have them come out to the perimeter and work his way out there. So I don't know why he ain't do that with Joker. Make Joker move like how he was making Rudy Gobert move on the perimeter. Make Joker move on the perimeter. Get your jumper going and you get to the line.
Listen, if y'all watch that game, if y'all go watch that game last night, y'all know the Lakers run a lot of high pick and roll with LeBron James and Anthony Davis, and there's a lot of times you see Anthony Davis dragging in transition so that they can get him those quick cuts to the basket, right? Because somebody's trying to not pay attention to him. Joker doesn't care about Anthony Davis being 20 foot from the rim, 25 foot from the rim. So when he gets the ball there, it's like Anthony Davis, and that's the thing, Anthony Davis doesn't attack him. He doesn't put the ball on the floor and make Joker play him. So it's like he plays right into Joker's hands.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's like
he makes Joker's job easily because Joker could get the rebound and he can initiate the offense from there.
And most of Anthony Davis' easy baskets come off of him getting assists from LeBron James, Austin Reeves passes, and certain sets that they've been running, which helps him, puts him in the right spots. Because once he's in that right spot, like I said, he can finish with the best of them. He can go over any shoulder. He has plenty moves. He has plenty counters. He's definitely skilled. He has that. But like I said, when he's in that perimeter, he has to put that ball on the floor. And he has to make that center play perimeter defense. He doesn't do it. He has to do it. And then he settles for shots, and then it bodes well for the defense. And they, like Brandon said, he's their best rebounder. So when he's not rebounding and he's taking those shots, it just doesn't bode well for the Lakers. And that's why they could almost beat any other team besides Denver Nuggets, because that's the one thing that the Denver Nuggets have is a big man that completely does everything to make AD nullified. Like he does everything that AD don't like to do. And Joker's just a good.
How Anthony Davis was attacking Jokic in 2020 playoffs. Exactly, your example. He showed it. He did.
Yeah.
That's the way he attacked Jokic in the 2020 finals.
But he didn't have to. But he didn't have to guard Joker though. He didn't have to guard Joker. He didn't have to guard Joker though. Yeah,
he did when they was going at it in game. When he hit the game winner, him and Joker was going at it in the last couple minutes, bucket for bucket. I'm like, damn, they can't. I don't care what nobody said about the bubble. You had to come to hoop.
It was the best.
Leave all that other stuff at the door. That was the best basketball I've seen. It was all about basketball. Who wanted more? Who wanted more?
Yeah.
That's
it. That's why the Heat and the Lakers did make the finals, because they had the two best chemistries, because they played the best basketball. It was just that simple. So
didn't Miami sweep Milwaukee too?
Yeah, we whooped ass, and we played great. But again, the Lakers are still a good team. I don't see them being bad. I still think that what we've seen from Anthony Davis this year is actually great. And I don't see him averaging 30, but I do see him averaging close to 30. He'll be averaging probably 28 per game, because he's just gotten a lot better in what he does. And I think JJ Redick has given all of them more confidence in what they know how to do, and giving them the floor to do that. So they're just going to have more successful nights than last year. So I still see the Lakers winning 50-something games this year, and Anthony Davis definitely being the best player that they have. But like I said, these games against the Denver Nuggets are very, very glaring on what Anthony Davis has to get better at least if we want to see the Lakers win a championship.
Like I said, bro.
That's every single team too. So not just the Lakers.
If you got it, you can't.
Minnesota don't got that trouble.
Foul out stuff.
Well, they don't have that trouble this year.
They do now, just like the recipe they had when they beat them in the bubble. LeBron was guarding Murray. They had Ant-Man to guard Murray. They had two big men, Rudy Gobert and Cat, and they had Dwight and Anthony Davis. So that's the recipe.
But they don't have that no more. They don't have that no more though. They don't got that no more. They don't got that no more.
Like I said, I'm not with the he can't play physical because he may foul out stuff, and using Aaron Gordon as a way to say because he's athletic. Matter of fact, Aaron Gordon averaged less rebounds than LeBron James. So I'm not with that. All right, it's because he can't. He's not.
Aaron Gordon on the offensive end has nothing to do with his rebounding.
Yeah, on the rebounding end, it's not better than LeBron and a 40-year-old
man. That has nothing to do with what the Nuggets are doing.
Yeah, no, because what Brandon is basically saying is,
if you watch, we've seen Eric Gordon with 5 dunks a game, backdoor. That's not Anthony Davis' fault that they cannot stop him from getting backdoor.
I'm not saying that. I'm talking about the physicality. I'm talking about the rebounding. When it comes to that, like it's hard for Anthony Davis because he's playing out of position, right? He's just not meant for it. All right. It ain't because he may foul out. That's why he's not able to go do it, or he's because he got to guard somebody on the perimeter. It's just because he's just not a center. And the Lakers need a center. He's out of position. You can throw any excuse you want, but when I see him play against people say, well, you can't say that because there's a name. Then I say another name. Well, it's because of this position and stuff. Look, that just sounds like a bunch of excuses to me. All right? It's simple as that.
Facts. Facts. I'm tired of excuses for Anthony Davis.
I don't know what Ishmael is talking about, actually. I mean, what are you talking about?
Got a center. He doesn't have the mentality to have a center, Brandon. That's what I'm saying. Okay,
he don't.
There's no such thing about mentality. That has nothing to do with it. It's just he's not big enough to guard those guys.
He's just not it. That's like us expecting Luka to be a good defender, be something he's not. That's what Anthony Davis is not. What y'all say he is. That's just the facts. He's just not what he is.
In the same sentence as Luka on D. What
Ishmael is asking of Anthony Davis and what y'all think Anthony Davis has that Ishmael is telling you Anthony Davis doesn't have is like the Luka scenario. Luka doesn't have defense. No matter how much he tries, the effort, he just can't do it. So no matter how much we want Anthony Davis to do something, he's just not that dude. He doesn't do it. He doesn't have it in him. What he is what he is. That's it. That's what. That's the problem.
To do what? To do what?
To be able to play center, to play center in today's NBA.
He's not a true center. Okay, I'm saying he's a forward. His effectiveness on the court should have another big man paired with him. That's how he plays.
But there's no big man. I don't understand what big man you're gonna get. That's what I be wondering. Who you gonna put besides him? Is it gonna make the Lakers worse? That's what makes it even bad. Because
Anthony Davis can play center on a lot of centers in the league because they're not big centers. But when you get to the actual big centers, that's when he struggles. So
it's just Denver. They only have to worry about Denver. I don't see no other.
It's like a few teams. It's more than I think Jokic on the Denver that is killing the Lakers. It's more than just Jokic. That's the issue.
I say this because I just think that type of thing will drain AD from the fact that he's expected to do that as well. He's expected to try to cover for the rebound. It'll drain AD throughout the season. I just don't think that he'll be able to handle all of that. To be able to handle the fact that he's not a true center and he has to be in fight in the paint with other bigger guys through the course of the season. That's what I'm essentially saying. Even if they go to the playoffs and they don't find the guy that's, all that stuff that you're talking about, I'm just simply saying that it's not effective. It's not a good thing. They need to make a trade.
Well, Sam, Dwight Howard.
Oh yeah,
Dwight Howard. He said Dwight Howard.
It's better than nothing. Dwight Howard is better than nothing. Like
it's just like the Suns last year when you had Booker playing point guard.
Right. Exactly. I agree with you. Exactly like that. So it's not.
He just can't play it. Anthony Davis can't. Yeah. Listen, Anthony Davis is having a great season. It's just frustrating to watch him play sometimes, and you want to see a little bit. Some like this man said, just a little effort in certain these things and helping his team out. But again, he does have a lot of responsibility, as Brandon and Lowe brilliantly explained for us to understand. He can't do everything for the Lakers. He's the 30-point per game scorer. He's the leading rebounder, leading shot blocker, leading in steals. Like what?
Somebody got to step up.
That's crazy, bro. You don't want that out of him, right? You don't want that out of him. You don't want all that stuff. And LeBron, he has to deal with his responsibilities because he's not the same as he used to be.
Fuck that. He's the GOAT. And as the GOAT, your job is to guard Joker from here on out. That's what I'm going to expect. The next time the Lakers play against the Denver Nuggets, I'm not even looking for Anthony Davis to do nothing. I'm going to be looking for the GOAT. He needs to step up because it's obvious that they need to do something because this Denver Nuggets shit is getting on my nerves. I'm tired of staying up till 1 o'clock in the morning just to see the Lakers get blown out by the goddamn Denver Nuggets. This shit don't make no sense.
Shit. They're allergic to the third quarter.
And the fourth. So
anyway,
I still winning at halftime.
Yeah, they were. They got blown out in the third quarter, but
yeah, that was crazy. That game was.
I didn't get to watch the game, but I did look at the score, and I saw the halftime. Then when I looked at it, it was losing by 10. I was like, "What the hell happened?"
Turnovers, bad offense. just you can just tell like Denver Nuggets has their numbers. The Lakers are running around the court trying to not give up this, not give up that, and they like it's like they're playing out of like they're not the same team. It's crazy. The Lakers are definitely not the same team versus the Denver Nuggets. It's crazy when you look at them play. It's so crazy. I couldn't believe what I was watching last night. I was like, yo, this is crazy. Even LeBron was messing up. Like bad. Like it's like, what are you doing? Like he had like 7 turnovers in like the first 2 quarters. Something like that.
But even back in Orlando, Aaron Gordon was good on LeBron because he got the size, he got the lateral.
But Aaron Gordon hasn't been playing. They don't have Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon's been out for like the last 2-3 weeks. They don't have Aaron Gordon. They have Jamal Murray. They have
MPJ.
MPJ. That's another guy that the Lakers can't seem to stop. And it's Jamal Murray. Like Brandon said, they can't stop Jamal Murray.
What I meant to say.
Yeah, they got Jamal Murray and they got MPJ had a good game last night as well. And then they got these other new guys that are coming in and just like what was the dude? What was it? I forgot his name. I forgot the kid's name, but they just be having these dudes. That's what people were saying. And this is the craziest thing. Supposedly when Joker's on the floor, the Nuggets have the highest offensive rating of all time in NBA history. When he's off the floor, it goes lower than like 86 defensive rating, some crazy number, like one of the lowest in NBA history. So clearly Joker is just that dude. He's just that guy. And they run everything around him.
What do you guys think about the Lakers said they had their Lakers said, I'm sorry, King John, go ahead, bro.
No, go ahead. I say what I gotta say.
Okay. The Lakers said that they're targeting Jonas Valanciunas as a center. What do y'all think about? Some people said that may not be the best.
It depends on who you have to give up. If the Lakers have to give up guys that are not in their rotation, yes. But if they have to give up some of the guys that's in their rotation, it's just gonna fill one hole just to let another hole open up.
What if they give up D'Lo? Because they said his contract is.
They need D'Lo. They need D'Lo. They need D'Lo.
He's not starting no more.
They need him though. No matter what you say, you can't replace D'Lo for Valanciunas. Now you just open up another hole.
Yeah,
you need D'Lo.
You don't got no bench scoring.
Yeah, you're gonna need D'Lo.
That was going to be my point. You got to be gone.
It gotta be giving up like Vando and Jackson Hayes,
Cam Reddish. But if you give up Cam Reddish, you give up defense.
Exactly, because Cam Reddish is their best perimeter defender.
Yeah, and Vando's out. Vando is like one of the key pieces we need back healthy.
They need to get rid of him. They need to get Gabe Vincent. Throw Gabe Vincent because again, the Valanciunas thing and teams like Utah and the Pelicans are just going to be dumping players by the time the trade deadline comes around. So
yeah, they definitely need to trade Gabe, but he's not making no shots, so nobody want him.
Yo, Gabe is like 16 for like 70 from 3 since he's been a Laker.
D'Lo is averaging like 2 air balls a game, man.
He said it's a Laker. He said it's a Laker.
As a Laker,
he's like averaging 2 air balls a game.
I like that.
Trade D'Lo, pull Austin Reeves on the bench.
That's crazy.
They had Gabe Vincent shots. He said as a Laker because you know he damn near missed all last season. Like he played a handful of games. Mm-hmm. So you just out there bricking. So you definitely ain't gonna get no time.
So we about to get ready to watch these basketball games. You ready to get up out of here, Brandon? You guys ready to finish up today's show?
Yeah. I've been watching the Chiefs anyway.
Oh, the Chiefs are Brandon loves him. So he loves him, Patrick Mahomes and his Chiefs, man. So again, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead, John.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, because I'm about to end the show. I'm about to do my little thing before we get up out of here. So
I'll just say me and Brandon agree on a lot of stuff, and it just be crazy because I'm watching Kansas City. His favorite player coming up was Penny Hardaway. It's like me and Brandon agree on a lot. So that's all I want to say.
That's why both of y'all were wrong about Anthony Davis today.
Both of them right. And you know what? Every time we have this damn discussion, we always arguing for 30 minutes. So stop bringing up Bam and Anthony Davis if you don't want to be told the truth about both.
I got to bring up Bam because y'all always ask me who besides Anthony Davis, and that's always going to be my first answer. It's going to be Bam Adebayo. That's always going to be my first answer.
But that's like an A player versus a C player.
No, not defensively. Bam Adebayo is A+. It's Bam Mate. The only thing that messed up Bam this year is the fact that he went public with Asia Wilson. Ever since then, it ain't been the same at Bam Adebayo. I don't know what to do, but he got Asia. How can you blame him? He got that nectar at home. He got that sweet nectar. He ain't worrying about not getting 12 rebounds per game. He go home to Asia Wilson.
He better stop. He better stop because she coming home with 25 and 12.
Yes, he need to take that from me. Like
he's not going to take a
25 and 12 from me. Yes. She's
arguably the number one or number 2 of the league. Shit,
yeah, that's crazy.
Her
That's
Breonna
crazy.
Stewart.
Oh my God! But either way, man, listen, man, I agree with you, Ishmael. That your boy just doesn't have the mentality to be a center, and the Lakers need to figure out something because I'm tired of watching these late night Lakers losses. But either way, Juan Boy, Ishmael, King John, you guys have always been great for us as GOAT James Kingdom members. Just know that I am actually going to set up something this week, and I'm going to talk to Brandon about setting up a prize for this week's show. This Friday night show is going to be a members-only show. I'm going to take care of you guys. We're going to have a great show on Friday night, so y'all make sure to check out the Friday night exposure with the exposer. I'll be doing that Friday night, but obviously you guys know what we do here. This is the GOAT James Kingdom show every Sunday noon Eastern time. Brandon and I come out here and we talk the game of basketball. We put the link up for anybody who wants to talk to us because we let you guys know, listen, you can be safe in the comments or you can get exposed on the panel.
As you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out. And also, if you stay down here and you never fuck around, you'll never find out.
You got knocked the fuck out, bitch! Yeah.
But if you are somebody who appreciates what we do here in GOAT James Kingdom, don't be afraid to subscribe to the channel, but also check out the GOAT James Kingdom membership where we take care of our members. We have different tiers and different perks for all of our members. And if you are a member of the channel, don't be afraid to reach out to the GOAT James Kingdom show at gmail.com or the GOAT James Kingdom at gmail.com emails, and we'll take care of you for whatever you need. Again, we take care of you when you talk about merchandise. We have special gifts. We have also graphs and memes, videos, reels, posters, hats. We do all kind of stuff, exclusive content available to all of our members. So check out the GOAT James Kingdom membership because that's what we do here in GOAT James Kingdom. But again, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a wonderful Sunday afternoon. We were able to talk about the game of basketball, the old school players versus the new school players. We all like all of them because we're real basketball fans here. We're going to watch the games that are on starting at 3:30, Boston versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. So we want to again thank everybody for joining us here on another great Sunday afternoon. Peace and blessings. See y'all next Sunday.
If you're a basketball fan and you're tired of basketball shows that talk about fake narratives and using non-basketball terms like killer instinct, playoff translation, gravity, come to GOAT James Kingdom.
Cupcake, you talking that goofy
NBA.
shit. You talking Bron, nigga. 66,000 minutes, nigga. Respect, Lord. Nigga 38 doing it. Fuck is you talking about?
Those guys aren't greater than Bron.
Niggas cupcakes when they come to Bron. I'm talking about cupcakes.
I'm saying top 5 today.
Nigga, I'm talking about today.
We're not talking about body of work.
Fuck is you talking about then? Cupcake? Fuck you talking about? Motherfucking B had 15 points in a game 7.
Al Horford.
Wanna hear that shit? Get the fuck out of here. Bron, nigga. I ain't putting none of them niggas in front of Bron. Nah, I'm calling it a spade a spade. This is straight spades. Spade. Fuck is you talking about?